to stage. Well, hello there, everyone. Good evening. Yeah, so good evening, Dash. Listen in while vending tonight. All right. We're just slanging. Glenn said afternoon, Dash. Hope all is well. TJ's Happy National Bacon Lovers Day. Didn't even know that was a thing. These national days that are created, and it's National, jump out of a plane day, National Coffee Day, National I'm going to use a fan to cool off day. I mean, Smiley, what up? How you doing this evening, Stephen? All right, let's see. Let's get the link out early so folks can join if you so choose. And bam. Definitely. Bam. How's everything with you, Stephen? Hopefully all is well. And you haven't been battered by any storms passing through the Caribbean. So let's see what's going on, everybody. How's everybody doing this evening? Oh man, we have all of 7 people here so far. Like I said, if you want to join us, feel free to hit the link. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Trying to
So I'm sitting here thinking, I got 2 parties this weekend.
All right, nothing like having to get stuff done. And oh man, what up, Brian?
What up?
George, what up with you, man? How you doing?
What up? Good.
How you doing? How's everything?
Doing good.
Yeah, perfect. B,
Good.
what up with you, man? How you doing?
Living the dream.
Living the dream.
Not sure
All
whose
right.
dream it is, but I'm living it.
Yeah, it might just be yours, and you're actually asleep.
You never know.
I know, right? Like a nightmare. So George, man, yo, I had a ball. I don't know if you saw the
I
video
saw it.
from. Yo, I had a ball.
I think your brother had fun.
Oh yeah, he did. Yes, definitely. And so my brother's not into sports. Couldn't tell. So he's not into sports. And listen, so I got home on Sunday after being at the range, and I get a text message, and it says, clear your schedule or clear your calendar. October 9th, we're going to a game. Happy birthday. Because my birthday is October 14th. So I'm like, hold up, what? So so we were talking about the camera. All right. So he says, all right, clear your calendar, bro, man. We're going. Happy birthday. So October 9th, so it's a Thursday night game in New York. I was like, what? Okay. He says, yeah, I'm going through and trying to get some tickets. We're going to this one. But I got some for an October 5th game so far. Buy them cheaper now and resell them. And then he was talking about, he said, oh, sorry, I got another one for us on November 16th. So I'm like, oh, man. And that one is Sunday night game in Philly. So I'm like, boy, this is going to be fun. All right, so let me catch up to the comments.
Preseason game and a real game.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, whoa.
So
Whoa.
how many beers did you actually drink? Was it
10?
It was 10. Okay.
10.
In my head, I thought I was remembering 11, but it was 10.
Nope, it was 10. Yeah, it was 10. But they were 16 ounces.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. All right, so let me try to catch up. Glenn said all is well. Kent said Jimmy, Steven, what's up? He's talking to them. Susie, oh my gosh, Susie, I'm so happy you're on the live stream because I have to I gotta give credit where credit is due. Susie last week mentioned that she was going to send some barbecue sauce. I received a phone call today. Sadly, about the barbecue sauce from the post office.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah. So one of the ladies at the post office is an older woman, and when she once I set up my PO box, she was like, oh, she doesn't call me by my government name. She doesn't call me by my nickname Dash. She calls me Steel because that's what's on my PO box. It
Steel
says Steel
drum, yeah.
Drum Smokers. So she calls me Steel. She said, "What's up, Steel?" All the time. Hey, Steel. And she like a grandmother. Still, hey, I ain't seen you in a minute. Where you been? So she called me today and she said, "Oh, I'm glad I caught you." And I'm like, "Uh-oh." She said, "Did you order some barbecue sauce?" I said, "No." I said, "Oh man." She said, "Well, it got here." She said, "But
Uh-oh.
it got all over everything." I said, "What?"
Wow.
She said, "That's it." She said, "Whatever." She said, "I don't know how many bottles it was or what was in there." She said, "But something in this box broke and it's all over everything." She said, "It's sauce all over the mail." I was like, "Oh no." I said, "Well," I told her, I said, "Unfortunately," I said, I'm not gonna be able to make it into the post office today because they close at 5. She called me at like 3:30 or after 3:30. And I said, "I'm not gonna be able to make it in here today, but I'll be up there first thing in the morning to kind of see." So Susie, I don't know if you can send me a receipt or something like that. I might be able to file a claim and get the amount reimbursed and or try to get some more barbecue sauce. But I know, Susie, we had talked and you said you were going to send some barbecue sauce.
What type of container was it in?
So Rudy's is in glass bottles.
Oh,
Yeah. It's definitely in glass bottles. Quentin says, "Sorry, I'm watching a Netflix documentary. I'm probably late." And then he says, "Hey, yo, yeah, I was right on time." Blind man said, "What's up, Dash and everyone?" Yeah, yeah. Can you hand me a beer while you standing right there, please? On the left side. Yes, we're bartering. She's eating my leftover food from yesterday, and I get a beer. Woohoo! I need a koozie now. It's on the far right side. I'm sorry. The gold cans. The
So
brisket
what
you cook?
did
I'm
so what
listening.
so what did the mail person in transit do like a Ace Ventura Pet
I don't.
Detective thing or what?
Thank you. I have no idea because I haven't seen it. But she told me that she said, "I don't know how many bottles were in this box, but I can tell you." She said, "I can tell you the box busted, and it's sauce everywhere."
It was the first thought I had was that Ace Ventura, the first movie.
Yep.
Anyway,
I know Susie's crying. I know. Yeah, I'm starting. I'm gonna start with this. I don't know. I think I'm gonna start with this. We'll see how the night progresses. Oh man, look at this. This espresso bourbon. Is that what that is? A double
it's rum.
espresso.
Rum.
Oh, even worse.
Oh, excuse me?
What did you say?
You don't
Oh,
get any then.
oh, yes. Well, it won't because of the top. It might. Let's see. No, thank you, though. My wife tried to get me a koozie, but this is no. That one won't work. Thank you, though. All right. So let's see here. Nine Rider, what up, Roger? How you doing, man? He says, "What's up, hey?" Mm, yeah. Busted barbecue sauce is no good. Yeah. So Scrog, a few weeks ago, I was in Pennsylvania. Actually, it was last Sunday. Last Sunday. So no, it was longer than last Sunday. It was like I don't. Doesn't matter. A few weeks ago, I was in Pennsylvania, and I stopped at a Sheets. So it's a Sheets is a gas station similar to like Wawa, and they had 12-pack cases or 12 packs of the 16-ounce golden, anniversary edition Miller Lights, and I'm like, well, if I get two of them, can I get a case price? And they were like, well, you can only buy one at a time. And I'm like, what? She's like, so you can buy this one, take it outside, and come back inside, and then you can buy this one. And I was like, are you
Oh my
serious?
God.
She's like, beer laws in Pennsylvania, blah, 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 blah. She started just going off on a tangent, right? And I was just like, all right, I'll be right back. So, I was charging my car at the Sheets, and I'm like, all right, so I take the one out, and then my wife looks at me crazy, and I say, I'll be right back. And I go back inside, and I come back, and I get another crazy look, and I'm like, these are special cans. I can't get them. I haven't seen them. It's the first place I've seen them. I got two. So, but I was like, I was saving them. I had the pack sitting here for a few weeks, and I'm like, all right, no. So she did not open the box because it seemed like the box burst, and um the sauce got everywhere. So we'll see.
That
Quentin's,
$100 bill was saturated in
yeah, it's probably
barbecue sauce.
it's gonna be
somewhere.
tasty. It's gonna be so
Or
tasty.
basty. That's a baster.
No. So I'm poking fun at Steven because Steven's daughter in their videos, she says everything it was so tasty. That's how she once he finishes his food, he always says it was so tasty.
Hey,
So
Dash, did
yo
you
man,
hear that Wawa is getting into the travel center business?
no, really,
Yeah, dude, in North Carolina.
really, where? Hopefully
I
it's on
think in
95
Raleigh.
somewhere.
No, is it? No, it's not Raleigh. I think it's either in Raleigh or Durham. They're opening up a travel center.
So not too far off 95.
Yeah.
Say less. I will, baby. One of my subscribers here said that Wawa's getting into the travel center business. I guess kind of like a Buc-ee's or like Pilot.
I think it's gonna be more of a Sheets type of thing.
Well, so my wife said more like a Buc-ee's. I guess she heard about it. It won't be as big, but they're trying to make it a travel destination. Look, I know for sure they already have Wawa merch and other stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's just not to the same level.
The actual building itself is supposed to be like 8,000 square feet.
Mm-hmm. Which is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Susie's laughing at the money bit. So Steven, he got it. Good night. Good night, food. Good night, pasta. I'm just saying good night to both of you. Thank you. Enjoy. Look, Marlon says, yes, family, I'm early and I'm trying to come on later tonight. That's what's up. Grumpus says, hey, Dashing everybody. What up? Angela says, a quick hi from Washington. Oh, wow. Man, if you are able to, there is the link. I'm going to try to post it up early and often. Let's see. Your indirect steak is up to temp and it's time to sear. C, cast iron griddle pan will make an even crust. Butter will produce less flavor than a regular grate with gaps. Direct contact with charcoal fire. Your indirect steak is up to temp and it's time to sear. A cast iron griddle pan will make it even crust. Butter will produce less flavor than a regular grate with gaps. Direct contact with charcoal fire. I'm going to say direct heat with charcoal. So that's always going to be my go-to. And here's the thing, Steven. Guess what? You can take your coals that are at a low temperature and you can take your steak off, let it rest somewhere, and then get those coals roaring hot and then put the steak back onto the coals. It won't care that it took a pause in the cooking process. If it's raining outside or stupid hot, then maybe I would do a cast iron griddle, but then that's going to be like, typically when I do it, that involves a lot of smoke inside the house. And if you do it right, you're going to get smoke inside the house. So speaking of which, right, which is funny, I remember when I lost my mind when I saw a spicy Montreal steak seasoning. Now this is going on probably 15 years ago. This was before my daughter was born, right? So my brother, funny enough, came to my house, and he stayed at our house like over Christmas. Like he stayed here and woke up here at our house for Christmas Day, and we did the whole Christmas thing. So I got up and I made Christmas morning breakfast, right? And that Christmas morning breakfast involved a rib roast, and I seared the rib roast with the spicy Montreal steak seasoning. We all had to kind of evacuate the house, and because the smoke and the pepper was in the air, it was like I sprayed pepper spray. It was it was
Oh my
not.
gosh.
I learned a valuable lesson that day. A valuable lesson. All right, so let's see. So what's going on, George? What you been up to, man? What you been cooking lately?
Let me see. I did like 4 slabs of ribs for my niece. Then I did a bunch of chicken. I got to do like 15 or 20 slabs for my nephew.
What are you cooking on these days?
I'm still cooking on that big smoker that I built, the barrel
Okay.
smoker.
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to get something smaller though, because a lot of people ask me to do stuff, and that's like 110-gallon smoker,
Oh,
and I don't want to waste a whole bunch of energy trying
yeah.
to.
This sometimes just cooking in a bigger cooker gives you the ability to spread stuff out,
Yeah,
and it makes it easy. Um, so Quentin said I swore Marlon was going to be missing every stream with the new job, but he's been here more than before. You can check in from your phone and not actually be here. He hasn't joined us on a live stream, Quentin. So that's a thing. So Grumpus says, "What's this about barbecue sauce?" So Susie last week or a few weeks ago mentioned that she was going to put some barbecue sauce in the mail, and it got there today, and it apparently broke. The bottles of the barbecue sauce broke, and
It basted the mailroom.
yeah, it did. So I don't know what they did to it, or I don't know if it was crushed or whatever. I'm sure I'll find out when I get there tomorrow. Maybe I'll take the camera up there and film it as I'm holding a camera. I had a rubber band around the base, and the rubber band like got dried up, and I was just peeling it because I could just see that nasty. But anyway, maybe I'll take a camera up there and film it. So but the barbecue sauce apparently got everywhere, all over people's mail. Whoops. About to take a quick nap before dinner. Night. Good night, Angela. She says she's in Washington, so it's only 6 o'clock. What time you going to dinner if you can take a nap? How is that possible? You gonna take like a 20-minute power nap or something?
Well, she's on the West Coast. It's 6:18 right now. So
Yeah. So Smiley says this is an epic quote. If you do it right, you're going to get smoke inside the house. You're going to smoke out the house, yeah, for sure. Because
that's
once
right.
you get that cast iron ripping hot. Oh, okay, all right. So Susie, thank you very much. That she said she ordered it directly to you, so it was their wrapping, I suppose. But I'm going to resend for sure. No problem. It happens. The ultimate love letter to have barbecue sauce on your envelope. For us, yes. For just think some poor vegetarian is getting their mail and it's covered in barbecue sauce. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine?
Everybody's licking their mail before they open it.
They're like,
Damn, this is good. What kind is that?
I should post a post to next door and say, folks in Catonsville, Maryland, if you received barbecue sauce or if you had barbecue sauce on your mail, I'm sorry. It was my fault. I ordered barbecue sauce to the post office in Catonsville, and apparently the postal workers decided to break my barbecue sauce and spread the sauce all over everyone's mail.
No,
you make a contest out of this.
Hey, you're just sharing the love.
I don't know.
It should just be a thank you. You're welcome.
How
Enjoy
can I
the
make
barbecue
a
sauce.
contest out of it, though?
Listen, whoever brings you an envelope with the barbecue sauce on it, cook them some
There you go.
wings or a slab of ribs.
I don't know. We'll have to see. I gotta see what this box look like, because if it's no sauce left in the box at all, then it could be a lot of folks'
It could be
mail.
a lot of mail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, I'm not trying to give out any discounts. I'm just trying to be like, oh hey, so Grumpus, what up?
How y'all doing tonight?
Fantastic. Oh, Grumpus is
Hate
on
to hear
vacation.
that about the sauce.
Yeah, just like Susie said, it happens.
Yeah,
So, but we can.
check your private chat.
All right, let's see here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Well, then
Well,
I have a few folks to thank. So, like I
we'll
said,
see.
yeah, right. Who's the daddy? Who's the daddy? Oh man. The
Well,
survey
I'm from
said,
Indiana, so I'm your
oh,
Who's Your Daddy.
that is funny. Well, listen, I'm right there and appreciative. So I mean, look, I swear, you guys are the absolute best. So I'm trying to think. I know we've talked recently, and I've been saying that I haven't had anything going on, right? So this is one of those things where when it rains, it pours. So a few weeks ago, I got a call from a guy, or actually a text, and he said, "Hey, the last time I was cooking in the park, right? I did the thing for July 5th. I received a text message from someone, and he says, "Hey, um." I'm having an event, or my wife is having a girls' evening or whatever, and I want to get some food." I'm like, okay, cool. So basically, he's like, all right, can you send me your menu? I send him a menu, and he's like, all right, fine. I want to order this, 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 and this. I was like, okay, cool. So he's like, all right, and then I didn't hear anything from him because he said, I'll talk to you, next month. Well, when I was in Florida. And he says, "Hey man, I hadn't heard from you." And I was like, well, maybe we got our communications crossed. I said, I kind of thought that you were going to hit me up and tell me what exactly you needed. He's like, "Oh, okay, I'm so sorry. I need this, this, and this." All right, cool. He said, I was looking for an invoice. And I'm like, well, you talked about it like the 23rd. I'm like, it's like the first of the month. Like we got 3 weeks. He's like, "Oh, no rush. I just want to, get it cleared away." Cause it's like, he was like, "Oh, it's payday. I want to get it taken care of." Boom, boom, boom. I said, "All right, cool." I said, "You know what? I'm gonna sit down right now. I'm gonna send you the invoice." I sent him the invoice. I said, "No rush. Here's the invoice. Take care of it by the week before the event, right? Friday before." He's like, "All right, boom, boom, already taken care of." I'm like, "Gosh, dude, like what's going on?" So I said, "All right, you're good." And then, so you guys have heard me talk about Mr. Gibson, right? Mr. Richard. So Mr. Richard lives in Catonsville. He basically lives on the other side of town, and he hit me up a few weeks ago. And this was all during the time that I got a new phone, and I wasn't getting all of my messages because some of the messaging goes through Google Voice, and some comes directly to my phone, right? Depending on what number you use. And I wasn't getting all of the messages because of the disconnect with the Google Voice. So when he hit me up, he's like, "Hey, I thought something was wrong because I hadn't heard from you. Usually you're pretty good about getting back to me." And I told him, I said, "Hey, I got a new phone. Sorry, I didn't know, right?" So we talked about it, and he's like, "Okay." And I put something aside, like wrote something down for him for the same date. And he hit me up tonight. I'm like, "Hey man, I'm already cooking that day. If you want to confirm, then sure, I got a brisket for you." So this weekend I have a couple briskets I need to do on Saturday. So
Nice.
that's like, I'm like, oh, I'm twiddling my fingers for the past couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom,
Boom.
and
Yeah.
yep. So I was like, oh, I only have 2 briskets. Maybe I'll pull out Vicky and use Vicky to cook them because I haven't cooked on Vicky in over a year probably. But I'm
What
like,
size are you doing?
so the one guy he just wants a whole brisket, and the other guy needs some green beans. Oh, done with it? Okay, thank you. Good night. Ooh, I have some Rasta pasta.
Ooh,
Yes.
nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
My daughter made some a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. So we went to I won't say we're kidless, but of course my middle son is away at school. My oldest son is not going back to school. George, we talked about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And then my daughter went with her bestie. They went out of town. So my wife and I were like, let's go out tonight. So we went to a Caribbean spot and they had Rasta pasta, and I ordered the Rasta pasta last night. So it was pretty good. So she had some of it and I'm gonna finish it.
There you go. You
Yeah.
remember? Well, I don't know if you remember, but we were talking. I was telling you about cooking a pig for my dad's birthday party.
Yes. Yes.
And that was on the 30th, right?
Mhm.
So a week from this Sunday. So I was at my dad's house earlier this week, and
Jimmy.
hey Jim,
Hey guys.
and
Hey, Jimmy.
I was at my father's house earlier this week, and his wife was like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. We're gonna see you this weekend." And I'm like, "No, it's next weekend." And she's like, "No, it's this weekend."
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So the communication between my sister and I didn't mesh well. Or I just wasn't listening, which is totally
Yeah,
reasonable,
probably.
Yep. But so now I was
Hold
like,
up that glass again. Hold up that glass again and just blame it on that.
oh, this here?
Yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah.
No, it's this one. But anyway, so I called up my sister because she was the one that dealt out all the emailed
Plans?
out all the
Okay.
the invites for the party. And I asked her, I go, how many people do we got? And she goes, confirmed 9. and I'm like, and I'm doing a 40 to 50 pound pig, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna call an audible
Plenty of
here.
gallon bags.
Hey,
We'll just
it
do some pulled
freezes
pork.
good.
So, but you're right, and I was just like, no, I'm not doing a pig. I mean, we didn't promote it out.
Hi, Linda.
We didn't promote it out as far as what
Tell
the
Linda I
food
said
was.
hi. She can't hear me. I see you have headphones
He says hi.
on.
So
I
anyway,
was busy
yeah,
stuffing my
You
face.
got to pass through.
Okay.
plans got changed.
Hold on. Hey, Tony. My cousin was supposed to be reaching out to you and to help them with a homecoming there in Charlotte at John C. Smith. So hopefully he reached out to you. My cousin's name is Derek, and he should have mentioned me when he talked to you, but I hadn't talked to you, but I talked to him when I was on my way back to Florida. So I guess it was a week or two now. I told him to reach out to you. So yeah. Scrog said I like to smoke a brisket every weekend, but I don't eat them that fast enough. Yeah. It's like a whole brisket, you'll probably end up with, let's say 8 pounds of brisket on a smaller side. Now, if you can find every now and again, I can find a 5-pound brisket, or excuse me, a 10-pound brisket, and I'll end up with 5 pounds or 6 pounds of smoked meat afterward. That's probably doable, but that's eating brisket for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. To have brisket like 3 times a day, to eat a pound of brisket a day. Now, is it possible? Yes, but by Wednesday, there's like, what else can I do
There's
with
not
the
enough
brisket?
ways to disguise
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. What else can I do with the brisket?
This is true.
Mm.
Dash tonight, I went to get a cup to
Yeah.
get ready for tonight, and I pulled this one out. And I thought about you.
Uh-oh.
You were talking about how big that original sticker was, and then I turned the cup
Oh, yeah.
on, and I went, this sticker is just as big.
Nice. More butter, baby.
More butter, baby. I was like,
But see,
Lord of mercy.
I realized that pretty quickly that was too big, and I got smaller stickers. But even this is a new sticker. So hold on, let me see. This is like the water bottle graveyard is behind me.
Yeah.
So I think this was like the very last big sticker that just says Still Jones Smokers. and I do still have some of the Mo Butter Baby stickers, but I kind of don't mess with those too much anymore. But yes, this is a small.
Yep. I got
Um,
smaller ones. I downsized them after
yeah,
I realized you can't put them on a cup. And
yeah, they're too
I got
big.
some stickers this
And
week
then
that
these
I
are a little.
absolutely love that are multicolored. I
Oh
even
yeah.
got one that's like a holograph.
All
Yeah.
right. So
Friend of mine out in
like
Texas sent me some stickers and all
this
kind of
one,
goodies and
like this one.
no. Yeah, it's
Oh
holograph like that one.
yeah,
It
yeah.
is. It is. And I started over.
Okay.
That's the only sticker on a cup is that holograph sticker. So I'll
I
start
started.
with smaller ones around. The only ones I have are giant stickers from you know who, of course.
Yeah.
So,
Uncle Steve. I mean, yeah,
no,
Uncle Steve.
I do have some Uncle Steve stickers too. Yeah, I do. But I got a bunch of big dash stickers too. And Uncle Steve, you know, that's half a cup or at least.
That's the whole bumper.
Paper your wall with them.
Yeah, that's more of a bumper sticker. That's true. That's true.
This guy too, Grumpus too. Grumpus has got some stickers that are this big.
I got some bumper stickers.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, that's
What
a
up,
whole
Tony?
cup in itself. So
Wrapped all the way around.
all the way around. That's right.
So I have some of those big stickers. I have a gallon water jug, and I have one of like your older, bigger stickers. And same thing with Alton. Alton had some big Dogfather barbecue stickers back in the day that went on there. So
And you know, I actually don't have any more of those bigger thin blue line stickers. And that's what everybody wants now. They want to put them on the back glass of their car like that's an anti-ticket sticker.
I never thought about
I'll
it's
take
close
two.
enough.
Anyway, keep an eye on the mailbox, Grumpus.
All right.
Yeah, and smell the box before you open it. It could smell like barbecue sauce.
It might smell like barbecue sauce. That's right.
If it's sticky, I hope it's red.
From South Carolina,
There's a lot of pepper.
I could say so many things right now, but I don't want to get banned from YouTube.
Yep, yeah, B.
Well, that's the way I said it, the way I did.
Man, oh man.
I'm behaving. I'm just,
So far, it's still early.
I'm working on it.
All right. Man, so George, what how do we how do I thank you for joining us on the live stream? I know you are in the comments typically, but this
I don't know.
person,
Well, we got to take my daughter back Monday.
yeah.
I was trying to get my wife to come like a day early so we can go to the range.
Okay.
But she does private duty health care, so she's got her client that day.
Okay. Yeah, and I would unfortunately on Mondays the range is closed.
Exactly.
So I can't even say, I can meet you. And are you pretty much coming down here, dropping her off, and turning around, going right back home?
That I don't know, because they'll usually go there and shop around for a while. So I'm not even sure what they do.
Okay. Yeah, and Monday's going to be, I have to take my wife to the airport on Monday, and then my daughter comes back on Tuesday. But if you can get down here early, let's say the range closes at 6. So if you can get down there, get in there before 6.
Yeah.
Just let me know. Shoot me a message. Are those RCs trucks behind you? Cars and trucks?
Yeah.
Damn, son.
I've got what, four cars and like 8 boats.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what's up. What is that one there? I feel like I've seen that before.
Now this is Hoisin. It's like DRC.
Okay.
This is actually from DRC.
Okay.
It's almost the same body, same type of chassis, but the motors are different.
What? You have any drift RC or just
Most of
like
these are bashers because
okay, yeah,
I usually
yeah,
do like outside or dirt track stuff.
yeah.
Now my nephew, he's like really into the faster stuff.
Okay, cool.
So he just got something that out the box does 125 miles an hour.
So I have a friend. He has a car like scale. It's like scale 200.
Mm-hmm.
It's dumb how fast that car is and how much run up he has to have in order to there's a road somewhere in Annapolis, Maryland that he goes to that's about a quarter of a mile long, and he'll send that car all the way down to the end of the road, and he stands kind of in the middle and thrashes it past him. And when I say it is ridiculous, he's kind of gone from the high speed stuff to FPV drone stuff.
Yeah.
So he's been flying a lot of drone stuff. So my buddy's actually he's from Italy, so he's Italian. So he's actually in Italy right now, and it's so
Wow.
funny that he comes back with the videos of him flying drones are in and around some of the places in Italy, in and around abandoned buildings around Maryland, and it's just like what? So it's nuts. Like I'm glad because I like RC stuff, and I used to fly helicopters. But it was like every time I lifted a helicopter off, by the time it landed, I'd crash and break something and had to spend money on something. And I'm just like, yo, I can't keep buying RC parts. Like it was so bad that I had a few of my coworkers. Like I bought a little. I'm trying to think what it was. It was like it wasn't 120th because the one like an MR 120 was the step up, whatever the step below the MR 120,
Mm-hmm.
and it was one of the ones where you flew it, and if you let go of the controls, it would just settle out, right?
Right. Yeah.
So the when I explained it, like it was the way I understood it. It's like that one was like flying at the bottom of a bowl, and if you went and did something, if you let go, you just settle down to the bottom of the bowl.
Right.
Whereas the next step up was like flying on top of an upside down bowl, where if you let go, that helicopter's just gonna fly off. And when I moved up to that next helicopter, I was spending so much money fixing rotors and like bodies and I was just like, oh my god, it's just
Yeah,
it's
you
not good.
get a lot of people now getting into like the GPS drones,
Oh yeah, yep.
stuff like that. They're more stable to where you
Mhm.
can send them. Like the
Like
last
set
one I had,
waypoints.
exactly set the
Yep.
waypoints and everything. But when like you can hit the return to home button and it'll
Yeah,
come
yeah.
back. But
Yeah,
the thing is, you got to be careful of the route that it goes
of course.
because, like, say,
Yeah.
if you go over a tree and you set it at a certain level,
Oh
it's
yeah.
gonna come that same way. But you got to make sure that tree's not going to be in the way. That's a mistake I made.
Oh yeah, right. Ask me
Yeah.
how I know, right? So, Scrog said we got a low-C RC crawler for my kid years back. He said fun stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. You watch what is that guy's name? His name is Aaron, but he's in Canada, and he does like all types of RC adventure stuff on YouTube. He
Mm-hmm.
even had a remote-controlled skid steer,
Ooh,
like a
Wow.
full-size skid steer that was
I've seen
remote
that.
controlled. And
Wow.
it was nuts. And the whole thing was he's got back problems. So he couldn't sit in the skid steer because it was too jarring. So he got one that was he could control with a remote, and it's a fully functioning, full-size skid steer.
Yeah.
But when I say he does videos of them, so again, he's in Canada and they have like mining, they mine for gold with the
Mhm.
RC stuff.
Yeah,
With
it's a lot
RC
safer.
stuff. Well, no. I'm just saying, scale. They set up a gold mine with RC stuff, like like an RC sized slosh box,
That's
like
crazy.
excavators, loaders, dump trucks, full on in his garage or in his set wherever. They have a full on gold mine, and they literally are finding real gold. And, yo, and it's enough for them to use it to put back into this whole gold mine to update their equipment. They've
That's
also
crazy.
done. They had like during the winter, they were in somebody else's garage, and they had like a parking wars type thing where they use RC dump trucks, and then they had like they ran obstacle courses with the RC stuff, and like used forklifts to load trucks and trailers. And I mean, more power to them.
Yeah, the
He's
RC thing has gotten so crazy now. I mean, you can get an RC lawnmower.
Yep. I've seen. There's a guy I've seen on YouTube that had a radio controlled lawnmower. He just stands behind it and does his yard. He's down in Florida. But yeah.
Yeah, I've got a neighbor that's got one that's programmable, and you
Oh,
see
yeah.
it out there in his front yard, just running all by itself. It's weird.
Look, man. Look. All you got to do is this, right?
That's right. Sit on the porch and watch it cut your grass. I'm like,
Sure.
Stay off my lawn.
I know, right?
Yeah, the wife goes, honey, you gonna cut the grass this weekend? Yeah, no problem.
For those
Sure.
that fly drones, I've been Part 107 certified for several years.
Wow.
Flown for 2 different agencies, and
Wow.
the one I work for now actually has a FLIR system on it, and so
Nice.
there can be nights that I get called out to
Find
look for
somebody
that's gone bush bond, or
Mhm.
we have lost people. It's found a couple of lost people. It'll look
Dang,
for
man.
that heat signature. So it's a lot of fun, and I kind of got into that to start with and bought my own, and it's been to the drag strip several times,
Nice.
and taking videos and whatnot. But
Nice.
there's too many people out there. You put that kind of stuff on YouTube, you got people that start calling the FAA, and
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
they're looking
yeah.
to get people.
Yeah, as long as you get it FAA certified.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
How-
exactly.
It's
Yeah, they still
I-
gonna complain. Yeah.
I had a DJI, and I actually sold it last year, but I got certified and everything. I wanted to make sure I was doing everything right and stuff, but I was going to use it for my business. But I just there's too many restrictions now.
When
Yeah.
the ID for both, basically the bird and the controller both came out, what, 2 years
2 years
now?
ago, 2 years,
Yeah. That made it so expensive just to recreational fly
yeah.
until it's almost not worth it. But now they've got Part 108 that's come out that is beyond line of sight, and that's going to be interesting. This is going to lead the way for I assume Amazon to fly your package to your
I'm about
front
to
yard.
say, I saw a video of a Walmart drop of some pistachios and other nuts and almonds in somebody's backyard somewhere out west.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they're
So
like, oh, wait, here it is. Here it comes. And there's like,
Yeah.
oh, and you see the package drop and the parachute, and it landed in the yard and tumbled. And they're like, oh, my God, we got our nuts.
Well, I know, right? It's we're actually living in an interesting time for technology.
Yeah.
There really are
Yes.
things that are
I split it.
going to come out in the
Here.
next 10 years
And I
or so.
just felt it was cold, and I was like, okay, it's just my cup that's cold.
Mm.
So I
That's
picked it up.
probably how your barbecue sauce got delivered.
I know, right?
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Yep.
Didn't open.
Like, cheers, Geronimo. Yeah, definitely. Dang.
I had 12 students. The oldest was 7, the youngest was 4.
George don't get in trouble while you're on the air.
I know, right?
I told you. Me too. I gotta pee. You. I didn't even know it. I was like, "What, you spill it?"
George can't play
these
no more.
messages. We'll be right back. He went to get his headphones.
Exactly.
Come on, you're gonna be part of the family.
You're gonna learn today.
That's right.
Come back with a glass.
Or something.
You gonna come back with a black eye.
Don't make her have to tell you twice. Look, as Susan said, I guess I should not have put Jerry Jones' name on a return label.
There you go.
Yep, that's exactly it, Susie. That's why. Yo, so George has on his shirt that says Iron Chef. So it's funny, right? Every now and again, my wife and I, there was a the Iron Chef episode way back in the day where the secret ingredient was pizza dough. So when the Japanese guy's like, and the secret ingredient is, and he goes, pizza dough, right? So every
Do that again.
and that's
I want to see that again.
You're
You'll
gonna have to
watch
go
it tomorrow. to
Yeah,
see it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Look. You're gonna have to.
I'm
go
gonna
onto
put it on
YouTube.
repeat. I'm gonna clip it and put it on repeat.
So what the whole thing is, every now and again, something will happen, and then we just like my wife and I will spontaneously bust out with the pizza dough reference, and we're obviously the only ones who have seen it, but the kids are like, "What are y'all talking about?" So when that Bighorn cooker that I got, when I made pizzas on it a day after I made the steak on it, tri-tip on it, and that the pizza dough meme just was like we couldn't say it enough during the time we were cooking it. So
I'll have to save that one and use it.
Now,
Take this too.
didn't Taste Tester 2 and 3 do like a chopped or something a while back?
No, so they have kind of helped me every now and again where two will help me cook something, or he'll be like, hey, I want to cook something and I want you to film it and post it or what have you, and he like takes over. And same thing, Taste Tester number 3 will do the same, where we made something recently, and she had some beef short ribs, and she seasoned them a few different ways, and we were trying the short ribs as she seasoned them a few different ways because she and my wife went to they went somewhere and got the short ribs, and they brought them home, and then they were experimenting with putting all different types of seasonings on the ribs, and so my daughter was trying to recreate the short ribs, with the different seasonings with me. So,
Dude, I went out and caught an eel after you and Taste Tester 2 did that eel episode.
Yeah. And what'd you think of it?
I smoked it. It was good.
I told you it really. I was really apprehensive about it, but it was way better than I thought it was going to be. So, Neil, what's up, man? How you doing this evening? Listen, Neil says, good evening, my friends, and how are we all today? Fantastic.
Spectacular.
Number 3 will never top Mo Butter Baby, though.
That's
No, that's gonna last.
Chris, I saw you when you came in, but I didn't actually get to say hi. I was distracted. Sorry. Don't tell Laura. She'll be in here soon now that I did that, I'm sure. But oh man, today has been a long day. I actually, I went into work today. This is the first time in months I went into work, but because I know. So because I didn't have to take Taste Tester number 3 to band camp, and she's gone, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna take my wife into work because she had to go into work today. So I said, oh, I'll drive you, because her job and my job, they're like 15, 20 minutes apart. So I said, I'll drive you to work and then I'll go to work. But that meant I had to get up this morning. I actually overslept. But I got up and was out of the house in 30 minutes, not even 30 minutes, and took her to work. But I got up an hour and a half before I wanted to get up. So yeah, I'm tired. Anyway, so what else does everybody have going on these days? Grumpus, what you been up to? How's your cooker doing?
Cooker's doing just fine. Camera's not working very well.
Oh, is
That's
it too
operator
hot?
error.
Oh, okay.
No, just operator error.
Here, I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. Like, is it too hot there? Or is the camera overheating?
Well, it's too hot for the camera operator.
Look at that.
Look at this. Look what I say. What I say.
Yep,
You talked.
that's right.
I did. What? She is like the yawn detective. She just knows when it's about to
She's
happen.
just waiting for you to do that, you know.
I know. She's. You know what? That's exactly it. So
I
she
know.
sneaks in here and waits in silence until I yawn, and then she's like, "Oh my!"
The thing is, you deny it. You're like, no, I wouldn't do that. I never
What?
did that.
It
You-
depends. There are times when I don't yawn and I haven't yawned, and then she gets here and then it starts immediately.
That wasn't a yawn. That wasn't a yawn.
Yeah, there are times when
Just
I
exercising
know.
your jaw.
Yeah, especially when you're doing that. Yeah.
well, that was intentional. Since we're talking about it, look. So George says hi to everyone. She said no. She really just came in. Yeah, sure, Laura. Really, I just
She
got
was working in the background.
Here.
Saw you
Oh,
yawn, and then made a comment.
Yeah. That's the catalyst for her comment is the yawn. She won't comment until I yawn. So, all right. So let me ask you this, Grumpus. What video editing software do you use?
I'm using DaVinci Resolve now.
Okay. How do you
I've been using Adobe Premiere for all these years. I have been cutting my teeth on Resolve.
Okay, and how do you like it so far?
I like it. It once you get your head wrapped around how it does things, it's like any other time you change softwares. You got to untrain.
I haven't
into
changed
something new.
softwares, Grumpus. I've been using the same video editing software for 10 years.
Well, even if it was a word processor or a spreadsheet, they're all different in their own way.
Yeah.
What are you using, Dash?
But the thing with DaVinci Resolve, it is so intimidating because there's so much stuff there, but you only need to use the part that you're familiar with and grow into the other stuff. It's still got cut, paste, it's got your transitions and things like that. So you can learn the very basics just like you're bringing from what you already know.
Corel. So I use Corel Video Studio.
Yeah.
Jimmy, what about you? What are you using currently?
Honestly, I've been playing with 3 or 4 different ones. I'm trying to decide where I want to land.
Okay.
I'm trying to stay out of like color correction and
Yeah.
I mean, I can get so far over my head until, a video that normally takes me, I'll have so much video that I have to cut down and it may take me 3 hours to, completely go through a video.
I want to say that's normal, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
probably
don't feel bad
because, and I'm the world's worst about,
leaving the camera running.
My word is okay,
but you can cut that out.
I'm gonna count it down. Well, I do, but I'll have so many. It takes me so long.
Listen, so Jimmy, it's funny. You say that is I've cut out like when I say okay, so, and then I start talking. So that I probably could do a 2 or 3 minute video of just all of the okay shows that I've cut out and like.
Oh, I could do a 2 or 3 hour video. And what I'm finding out is most of the ones I have looked at, I really haven't settled on anything yet.
So
But
what have you been using?
layout is really the big difference between them.
Yeah.
How it's laid out. They'll all do mostly the same.
Right.
Yeah.
They do.
What softwares have you tried, Jimmy? Have you tried DaVinci or no?
I have not tried DaVinci yet. I have used probably the most I have used after I got out of let's see, I used Movie Maker off of Apple to start with, because I was using my phone. And then I went through Windows Movie Maker, and then I moved into probably the most I've used is Adobe. I've used it a good bit. And it's just some of the ones I've looked at, you can do trial versions of what they are for, and you can try them once or twice. I try to keep enough video in the can, basically, that I can, I've got enough video that I can play with, and still stay ahead. So, but I haven't found anything that I've actually fallen in love with yet, know. So,
I had never touched Premiere until I did my first video.
Really?
So I went into it. I hadn't used any software at all. So Premiere was my first one. I tried. That's what I've been with. 40 some videos. And I want to land on DaVinci. So I don't want to learn. I'm going to learn one more, and that's going to be where I stay.
So
I mean,
you'll be able to have like your primary and then like a backup in case something happens to the DaVinci.
I'm dumping all my Adobe stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to do their
subscription
the way they do business. I don't want subscriptions, nothing like that.
What about you?
If DaVinci Resolve is the best, then I want to learn that one and not have to go anywhere else again.
I wouldn't say there's one that's like way better than the other ones. It's what you're familiar with is what it boils down to. I used the Adobe suite for 13 years. So, but I learned video editing in After Effects, not Premiere Pro. So, and that's more of the, all the effects and stuff, not,
video
you
editing.
can do you could do the cutting and editing and stuff like that, but it was more for the all the effects. So I got into for me in Adobe, my go-to is After Effects because I've just been using that program for all these years. I get into Premiere Pro and I'm lost. There's certain buttons that are similar, but it's like, oh my God, I could do this and this and this with After Effects compared to what Premiere Pro does. But do you guys know of or heard of Envato Elements?
No.
You ever heard of that?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So with After Effects, there's so many things you could do. You could what I did, instead of trying to make all the effects myself, I went to Envato Elements, and then you could just either purchase before they had Elements, you had to purchase each template individually. But with anyway, so I got the unlimited subscription thing, and it was like $14 or whatever a month, and that worked really well. And now they have now. So they have templates for DaVinci Resolve and Adobe, and it works really good. You open it up, and
just drag and drop.
What you see is what you get, and you get all the licenses for whatever you download, commercial licenses, not just private.
Okay.
So you could use, so I did a crap ton of logos and stuff for friends and their businesses. And that's all I did was just go onto there, grabbed a couple templates, showed it to them. Hey, this is what we could do with your logo, and boom. And literally like seconds, you're done.
Huh. So the reason I ask is because my buddy Andrew and I were talking about DaVinci and video editing, and he uses Premiere because of he does collaborative stuff. So he's like, it's easier for me to use Premiere because the collaborations between him and some of his employees that are doing video editing and things like that. But he said, if you get DaVinci, I'll give you access to all of the elements and the components that he's bought. Excuse me, for Premiere already, because once you buy it, they're yours and you can use them however.
Yep.
And I've been like on the fence, and like I said, he and I've been talking, and I'm like, I don't want to learn a whole new software, but more and more people are recommending DaVinci.
They're recommending DaVinci.
I pulled the trigger and bought it.
Oh, okay. How much was DaVinci?
Right now it's $299 for the studio.
Okay, that's not too bad.
But a one-time lifetime purchase.
Yeah.
And I figured if I screwed around with the free version, someday it may go up to $329. So I'll just buy it now.
Yeah.
Just bought it, not looking back.
The difference, I downloaded DaVinci probably about a month ago. I quit my Adobe subscription, which I've had for ever since they had it. DaVinci, and I just have the free version for right now, but it does pretty much everything I would want it to do. Do you need all the bells and whistles?
No.
I don't know. I mean, that everybody's going to answer that differently, but
well, I mean, the paid version just has a few more transitions and a few more effects, but you don't need to buy it at all.
No, exactly. The free version does really well. It's just a matter
I was trying to think farther down the road that if I decided next year, I'll just go ahead and support and pay for it. The price may go up.
Yeah.
So I just decided to do it now.
But the main thing is finding the software that you're going to resonate with. You're going to be working with it every time you're doing a video. So yeah, I mean, somebody could say, "Oh, DaVinci Resolve is the greatest thing since sliced bread," and others are going to say, "Oh, no, Adobe Premiere, that's the only one you should get." It's what you feel comfortable with because you're going to be the one working with it.
I was uncomfortable with Premiere when I started.
Right.
And I'm no more uncomfortable with Resolve now that I'm fooling with this.
Right. But
so you just have to get, like you said, get used to something. But I don't want to get used to something and outgrow it. Yeah, and then I'm looking for something else and I'm going to outgrow that one. Let's just jump in the deep end.
So
and I'll grow with it.
Let me just finish with this. The reason why I brought up that Envato Elements is because that's how I learned how to use After Effects. I got those templates and I just started reverse engineering those to see how they did stuff. Okay. And anyway, but so it doesn't matter what program you use. If you want help or if you just see something on that Envato, it's like, oh my God, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Boom, you got it, and you don't have to fart around, spend so many hours trying to figure it out.
So I was on yesterday. I just so happened to, and we've seen Grilling and Chilling with Mojo. He's been, he's joined us on a live stream from time to time, and he was live yesterday, like randomly at like 10 o'clock in the morning. So I just so happened to click on YouTube, and I saw his channel, and I was like, he's live, and so he was using the Stream Deck. Okay. So have you seen the Stream Deck box? And
I've got 2 of them.
Oh, all right. So do you use it for streaming or do you use it for because I wanted to know if I could.
I use it for everything.
So I wanted to know if God, you guys are too cool.
Look,
I bought it 2 years ago. I haven't opened the box yet.
You expect a guy
my PO box
$50,000 worth of equipment and
I know. Look, that's what I'm.
And I have the little
one?
the foot pedal one.
What?
Oh yeah. So like when I'm live streaming, all right. So
I ain't drank that much Kool-Aid yet.
when I'm live streaming and there's like a really cool thing that I want to remember or capture or something like that, like an image, I've got like a screenshot button set up on that foot pedal. So I just kick it with the foot pedal take a screenshot of right then and there, and then yeah, oh yeah,
Hey, Bumpy,
been around the block.
I was thinking about you today. I saw something and I was like, damn, it was you popped up on my mind, and I'm trying to think what it was. Oh my goodness. Oh, and I almost texted you, but I was like, shit, oh, and that was gonna bug me because I can't remember where I was or what I was doing, but I saw something and thought of you, and I was like, damn. Anyway, it'll come to me once I stop thinking about it. So Bumpy says, I guess this is the maybe part of the conversation. Well, we're talking about how to edit the barbecue videos. So it's still technically barbecue related. So, because, like 3 out of the 5 of us edit barbecue videos. Brian, I don't know if you do barbecue videos or you just do
Just for
like
that
other videos.
other stuff, yeah.
So, and George, we're gonna get you to start cooking and doing some videos too, man. Just why not?
I cook a lot. I just don't video it.
That's the problem.
And like,
Kinda
wait,
where
you
I'm
sound
at,
like
George.
my boat stuff.
Wait. You sound like Bumpy. You
You
cook a
go
lot. And just
on
don't
my
video.
page and you'll see like 4 or so of my boats. You'll see me running my drone,
Okay.
and
So-
you'll see the smoker build.
Okay.
But other than that, I cook and go.
All right.
So, question, and I know this is a loaded question. I don't want to take up much time on this, but to start out doing videos like barbecue videos and stuff, what camera would you guys recommend, or what easy entry level cameras? Just the phone.
Yep.
Just the phone.
Oh,
Okay.
the phone works
Because
perfect.
typically you have this already,
Yeah.
and you don't have to buy anything else. And there is software that you can use on this device for free that you can edit. Steven I'm pretty sure Steven, I don't know if he's still, because he and I were talking about a camera not too long ago, but I know Steven was editing with his phone for a while, filming and editing. Who? Yeah, Kenny or Cinemaster, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd go nuts trying to edit on my phone. That's
I'm
just too small.
Look,
That's
I
just
use-
too small. I can't see that well. My
So-
fingers are too big.
This is my
use-
phone.
I
It
use
it goes
iMovie
extra
for a
big.
long
So
time. That's what I
I mean-
started with was iMovie.
yeah,
I
But-
did it for a while.
that way I could see
and
what I'm doing.
Jimmy, did you? Oh, look. He says I still use my phone.
Yep.
I mean, you have to start somewhere and you have to get comfortable. And I'm sure Steven will probably tell you that he's come a long way in using his phone and knowing how to use his phone, because you can. I always say I film to edit and not the other way around.
I do too.
Because it's like, okay, I have an idea in my head, and all right. So, case in point, when I went to that football game with my brother, I'm like, I'm not driving. This is a rarity. I'm going to catch some B-roll of us rolling to the game, us getting to the game. So I knew that there was that sign that was coming up that said Philadelphia. Hey, I'm going to stick the camera out of the window and boom, get that sign that says Philadelphia that way. And then on the way, getting on the on-ramp, there was a flag that was flying. I said, hey, let me catch that flag. That'll be a nice little, piece to put in there too. And then we rolled up, and I'm a big graffiti fanatic. I love graffiti. So I'm looking at the graffiti on the side of 95. There's a huge piece. It's a huge piece. And I left it in there, but I was going to try to slow it down and make it backwards so you could actually read it. But I was just like, nope. I just wanted to kind of show you that, hey, in Chester, there's a huge piece on the wall on 95. And some of the guys are like, they tag on the abutments and like tagging different letters and things like that on each. So yeah. And then when we got to the game, it was funny because my brother's like, oh, get that thing, get that right there. And I was like, I can't, because I'm not on that side of the car. And then he turned around, and we went in the opposite direction. That's when I pointed the camera right out the window, and I'm looking, panning across Lincoln Financial Field as we drove past. And I was like, perfect. And then when we parked, I was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. We start talking, and I got to drinking because I was having a good old time, because I'm like, I don't have to drive anywhere. Yep, I'm taking full advantage of this right now.
Yeah,
Well,
wasn't
the
just
modern
you,
phones have better cameras than some of the cameras that they're
Yes.
peddling.
Yep.
Oh,
So he was impressed with my camera, but I was also impressed with my phone. That there are videos that I took of my phone because my phone can zoom in much better than my, now it's almost $1,000 camera, but then my camera can, because of the digital and optical zoom that the camera has versus the digital and the optical zoom that the real camera has. I say real camera, but the Osmo Pocket 3.
Yeah, but
Keon,
what
he
about
says,
the drunk dude and his wife?
yo, that dude. Just so they walked past us.
That tattoo was that was cool.
Yo,
though.
it was dude, and it was a full
chest
chest
tat.
piece.
Yeah.
Full chest piece, and he had both his arms tatted and like tattoos lower on his. We saw him half a dozen times, and every time I saw him, it was always the same thing. Yeah. So yeah, listen, but she was mad at him because that time when I was like, oh man, yo, she is mad. That was the second or third time they walked past us. So he walked past us, and I saw the tat, and I was like, damn, who's that? And then that's when he came back. I'm like, yo, y'all look this way, because he was going like wherever they were up in the parking lot further than we were. And when I got his attention, but like I said, they had gone past us at least once already. And then they came back, and that's when he was coming back. And when he came back, his girl was coming back not too long after. And then that second time he went, I got him on film, and she was fussing, like stomping, walking away, fussing at him. He was drunk. He was drunk. He was drunk.
I was laughing so hard at that point.
Listen, then the end for him to be the last thing that I filmed. I was like, yo, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Bet. And that was the thing. Like I said, we did what we did. So I drank in the parking lot, and then I have a it looks like a battery pack, but it's a flask. So I was like, I'm gonna be sitting inside the game, and I'm like, I'm not trying to buy any beer or anything inside. So I took my battery pack in with me, and it right in. So I was like, yes. So I have I got some of those they were doing aluminum cups. So I got a couple cups of ice and was able to fill up my cup of ice, and I was just sipping away, and yo, it was so hot. You can see that. It was ridiculous how tan I got in a mere. This was like 2 quarters, because after, like in the third quarter, the sun went behind the wall and we were sitting in the shade. Oh, it was so much better. But when your family's there, George, where do they sit?
I'm not even sure what section they sat in.
Okay, because I was gonna say we were in the Hyundai suites, and they were nice, like the club level, the Hyundai club or club level and suites. We were sitting in the club level, so we were, on that second level, if you will, like overlooking everything, and we were close enough, man. We were close enough where I'm pointing out the players to my brother on the field. He's like, "Where's this person? Where's that person?" Because they were not all of the starters were dressed; they were just in like t-shirts, and I'm like, "Oh, there's Jordan Mailata. There's Cam Jurgens. There's Blankenship. There's oh man,
didn't play.
Oh no. No. You could definitely tell they weren't playing.
Nope.
I saw AJ warming up. AJ Brown did warm up. I saw him warming up, but I didn't see Jalen Hurts out there. I didn't see Saquon out there. And they were probably on the field, but a lot of players had towels over their heads, and you couldn't tell who they were. I saw Lane Johnson. He's like one of the ends or tackles. I can't remember which one he is, or guard. But I saw him because his towel was like here, but his beard was poking out. I'm like, oh, there's Lane Johnson. And I know Landon Dickerson, he's injured right now, so he wasn't there on the field at all. So that was kind of bum. So Keon, he said, "Hey yo," and he says, "What's up?" Eon Rico. And I know we spoke about his name, but I was intoxicated last week.
I was going to see how you were going to pronounce this.
How did that happen?
It's Enrico. Yeah, it's on. I think it's like Enrico.
Enrico.
Yeah. So
Good to see you.
yeah. Steven said we have 3 laptops and I still use my phone, and that's probably because one of
To
the things
edit?
that yes,
No,
he does everything on his phone.
No, I think he's talking about for recording.
No, he
No,
does
I think he's
everything
talking
on
editing.
his
Does it
phone.
all on
No,
his-
Oh, okay.
does it all on his
Oh,
phone.
I see. We have 3 laptops, and he still uses his phone for the.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. Keon says, "Yep, I was knocking the back. I know I was." So Blind Man said, "How far out do you plan your videos?" I have a video. I try to cook something on the weekend for a Tuesday video, and I try to cook something Monday or Tuesday for a Thursday video. What did I cook this week? Nothing. For my family, nothing. What did I film over the weekend as far as cooking? I went to an Eagles game. So I go into the Eagles game. I edited that video on Monday for Tuesday. So I'm like, okay, I didn't cook anything on Monday. Tuesday, my wife and I went out to dinner last night. So I actually thought, and because I've had a lot of people go back to those frequently asked questions videos about how much food do you need, how much money do I charge, how all of these questions that I get asked all the time, and I'm like, I need to refilm those videos. Those videos are like 5-7 years old. Or actually, shoot, they're probably 7 or 8 years old now that I think about it. I'm like, I need to refilm those videos, but the problem is, I just can't have I can't get a place and time to just sit down and do like 10 videos and then I'll edit them. But I was going to kind of say maybe a little later I'll film a video that says, "Hey, I'm thinking about refilming the frequently asked questions video. If you have a question or if you want me to expand upon one of those frequently asked questions videos, like go out to the frequently asked questions, and if there's something in there that you want to me to dive deeper into, feel free." But I'm just like, I don't have a video for tomorrow, so it's 10:17, and if there's a video that pops up tomorrow, yeah, yeah. But I don't have a video for tomorrow, and that's the first time I haven't had a video in 2, maybe 3 months. So
I know another tuber that, and it's a completely different field, not barbecue.
yeah,
But what they do is for 2 weeks they just shoot older while they work because it's about auto detailing and stuff,
okay,
right? So for
yeah,
2 weeks they record everything that goes on in the shop, and there's just 2 guys, so they record everything,
yeah,
and then they do the editing for the next couple weeks,
yeah.
and then they have content for a whole month,
Mm,
basically for the rest of the month.
okay.
So they only record for 2 weeks of the period, and
And
then
then they're working the other.
right, and then so they and so that way they kind of space it out so they're not, because editing is for people that never done it that's
Oh yeah,
watching this.
it's daunting.
Editing is like 10 times the of time and stress than recording. The editing is what takes the most time to do,
Mhm.
and and that's why Dash was bringing it up as far as what software we use, because it will consume. I mean, I would stay up 24 the whole night just editing videos, and
Oh yeah.
it's
I
terrible.
just read the first line of that and I was like,
Hey,
you're done.
You got
You're
it before I
done.
got to it.
You're done.
I looked down and I was like, whoa.
You're done. You're done.
So
So
Well, I
Well,
enjoy
actually-
the editing part. I would much rather edit than record the
so
videos.
I kind of feel the same way, Grumpus, but I want to edit the things I shoot. I don't
Right.
want to
Well, I do
edit
too.
somebody else's stuff, because you can do that, and I've offered to edit, and actually there's a guy who comes into the range And I said to him, I said, "Oh, he's like, I'm tired of paying Facebook and I'm tired of paying this person and that person. I'm gonna start doing this stuff myself." So he went out and bought the DJI the Pocket 3, right? Him and his son were filming in the range, but they don't know what the hell they're doing because they've never done it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you can buy." Oh boy. All right, now they're done. So the first time I just put them on timeout. Second time, you're gone. So, but he bought this really expensive camera, but he don't know what he's doing with it. And I said to him, I said, "Listen, you pay me X number of dollars an hour, and I will edit your videos. I don't care what you film. All you have to do is get me the footage, and even if I have to come to you and pick up the footage, I will edit those videos for you. But you're going to pay me this amount of money per hour." I said, "And no, this is not." Definitely not. which is why, oh my
Yo,
god,
why does he keep coming back?
I don't know. This
He
is
comes in under a different name.
yeah,
Different channel.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
He's just
we
trolling.
will, yeah, just definitely
He's lonely.
trolling.
It's
Apparently.
lonely in your mom's basement.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, find him a girlfriend or something.
No, he's got
Huh?
camel trouble. He needs
Retired leprechaun hunters. Huh. But yeah, I
I get a lot more satisfaction out of the edit. I think.
I'm the opposite.
yeah.
Because that's
I
where the
guess
real creative process is in the editing.
there's creative process on both sides.
On either end, yeah.
Well, I agree, but I everybody is in it for a different reason.
The editing is the polishing. That's the
So
polishing.
what
part.
I've been really getting into
I like
lately,
polishing the turd.
not even that. But Grumpus, you know, one of the
Thanks
things
for
that I
watching
really
the videos, Grumpus. I appreciate it.
so one
Don't
of
watch
the
this crap.
yeah, right? Watch this shiny crap. All right. So one of the things that I've been recently finding, I won't say more joy in, is the callbacks. So I talk about previous videos or something that happened, before, or if you saw this part or saw that part. But when I talk about it, I then have to go find that video and pull out that video and edit that specific portion to get it and make it fit and transition into. And I'm like, I love doing that, but I hate what it does for my editing
Oh, I'm sure it adds a lot of time.
because I have to find the video.
Yeah.
Then I have to, and I think I've talked about this before. I don't have a fancy filing system for my videos. I file my videos
By
under
date.
each camera. No, no. How?
You get the first one.
Boom.
Okay, so
Just ban 'em.
it takes 30 seconds for him to create a new account.
And he's not creating an account. He's really
No,
just
it's just coming back in.
coming back in. But I banned him.
Block him.
I swear I
He
did.
did.
But
He did. He has 4 or 5 times.
that's at least 3. And then he's just copy and pasting whatever. Anyway, come on back. Come on. This is helping my engagement. But anyway, so especially with my Pew Pew channel, right? Because of the fact that channel is so new, a lot of the content is still pretty relevant. Where I'm talking about, oh, this particular firearm or this particular trigger or this particular thing or that particular thing, and I know that within the last 6 months, I've done a video where I show that. So I don't know if you guys were following along, but I put together an AR9, and I finally got the AR9 to run. And it took me reaching out to CMMG. Wow. Like, no, that's not what we want. We are not trying to see.
Wow.
bruh.
I gotta look that one up.
I don't know. Look, I mean, anyway. So with that, like, because it's been a continuing thing, I talk about, hey, I've been having problems with it, and then I finally, because there was a video of me reaching out to CMMG, and I didn't post that video because I filmed it, I edited it, and then like every time something pops up now, I'm looking down there like, is that no? All right, so I edited it, and I said, do I post this video? Like, I let a few people see it, and I'm like, do I post it? And they're like, don't post it yet. You reached out to CMMG, see what they say, see what they do. So once I reached out, and then I was gone, so I didn't post the video on the firearms channel. And then it was 2 weeks, and then when I got back, I was able to install the parts that they sent, and then take it to the range, and it worked. So then it was like, yay! It was a celebratory video. But then I posted. Not posted, but I included some of the video from the video that never saw the light of day. And it's just like the callbacks for me are what I really like doing, the callbacks, especially because I have such, and I saw the thing jump again. So
Well,
because,
maybe it's time you got a more elaborate filing system so you can find them easier.
but then I would have to file them. So I can find them by the video, if that makes sense. So I know what's video I use the footage in, but then I really
Okay.
sometimes want to, use the raw footage and not necessarily the video. So then what it would end up happening is I would have to open up the video, the edit file, right? And not the rendered video, because the rendered video typically has the graphics over top of it and music behind it. And I
Right.
don't, so then I'm having to switch between opening up 2 and 3 different video editing files. That's what starts getting harder. And this
Yeah,
is,
I say I save one folder is the name of the video, and
yeah.
all my raw, all my edited, all my rendered, all the music, everything is in one folder. And
So
that's all I got to do is remember what I called that video, and I can go
yes,
back and
which can
find all
be,
the original stuff. I save the raw stuff.
so
Some people don't.
No,
I do too. But I have the raw stuff in a, oh my God, how, dude?
Oh, he's back.
Ban. I done click the ban. All right. So my thing is this, Grumpus.
And another.
I see. I have all of those assets, if you will, in the video editing software, and I just repeatedly drag and drop those into each video. So as opposed to keeping the raw of the music or this or that and duplicating that, I have the
Right.
music in one place, and I have a pointer that's pointing to it in the video that I'll reuse.
Right.
So if it's like a hotkey or an asset, so I have all of my like frequently used text, the frequently
Yeah.
used sounds, the frequently used background music, all of those things I have in different folders in the video editing software. But the videos themselves are,
I definitely have some duplication the way I do it.
yeah. And I'm like, I don't want to do that, because I don't want to copy over the same music file every single time. I don't want to copy over the same, the text and titles and things like that. That's fine. But same thing. I'll put pictures. I have like the memes, right? I use memes. I have a folder that I put the memes in. Like, I download a meme, I put the meme in a folder, and then I'll cut the piece of the meme that I'll use, and I have that asset that I can drag and drop into a video. And it's pointing to the full length folder of those files. So I have them in one place, so I can say, okay, this is where these are, this is where that is. So I know where those things are, and those things live on an external hard drive, so that if something happens to my laptop, whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I also have that backed up to my NAS.
It sounds like you got a pretty good system set up.
I have a good system.
I have a stack of these already.
A stack? No, see, you gotta.
They're digital, but they're 4 terabytes, and I've got 1, 2, 3. This is the 5th one. and I've got all the raw footage plus the thumbnail plus the finished video in one folder. And once that video is published, it goes into another folder that's just basically says published. And I've got one master file on all of these that just the guy definitely does not have a channel. I looked just to see.
They're bored.
Yeah, doesn't have a whole lot to do. One thing for sure, the band doesn't work.
It doesn't.
No.
Well, it does, and they must just come back in with, I don't know. And this is so.
Maybe he
you
changed
know what?
his IP.
Wait. Let me look on YouTube, and the next time they are tab, maybe I will. Come on, where are they? There it is.
Well, Susie reported them, right? Didn't
I
I
think
see
Steven
that?
I
did.
think
too.
Steven did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He made the channel just now, is what Yes I Can Barbecue said.
So I've been doing it.
Hey, Simon.
Yeah, I've been reporting and doing that stuff on StreamYard, but I'm actually opening up YouTube right now. And actually, let me see if I can. We're gonna remove.
wow.
No, report here. Unwanted content or spam. Boom. Hide user on my channel. Boom. All right, so we'll see. Like actually doing it via YouTube, because I was doing it through StreamYard, and obviously it didn't work, didn't do what it needed to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what it was.
yeah, all right. So I removed again, but let's see. So Susie says we're giving too much attention. Let's ignore it and report later. Yeah. By the way, the way to answer the guy to answer the question is either one, because what?
Not his boyfriend does.
Oh, Susie. Susie. Can we just, props to Susie. Just, Susie's been on. You see, I didn't even peep it. So I
Cheers
opened
to
up.
Susie.
Yes,
Cheers
indeed.
to Susie.
Oh man, I don't.
I know you've
you
just been
see-
yawning the whole time. You haven't been drinking, so
I told you I'm tired, man. Look, this is a little bit of clear. We're gonna take a.
oh, okay. Cheers to Susie. All right, I'm drinking to Susie. I don't care what y'all do. All right.
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
Susie was pretty toasted last week. She was going to
she
come up
was.
this week.
Man, listen, y'all have no idea.
Yes, I do. 'Cause I got them
I don't-
pics. I got Instagram too.
Oh my God.
How did that
Grumpus?
happen, Dash? How did that happen to you last week?
Grumpus? Yeah. Grumpus feels my pain.
I don't know if I was in on the group or she sent them to the wrong place.
Look, well, it doesn't matter. I got a dozen messages, and Susie was, she was in a way. She was
Yes.
in a way. In the best way possible, because it was so cute. All right, to Susie.
Yeah.
Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Susie, for always for being there, for having my back, for joining us on the live streams, for not being our punching bag, for us being here for us to pick on you every now and again. And you know why? And you know why? I just want to say thank you, Susie. So salute, Susie.
Salute to Susie.
Yeah, buddy. Grumpus, she said she.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. 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 Yep. So she must have. Did you hear her with her notes? She had notes.
You hear the paper rattling in
She was
the back.
flipping pages. She was like, and I. Oh my gosh! It was hilarious in the best way possible. It was fantastic.
It was funny.
So Keon says he's at work and can't drink. Next week, man, you'll make up for it, or you'll make up for it when you're watching the replay. You can drink along with us when you're watching the replay. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah, because I'm sure you might need that nightcap in the early morning in order to get back to sleep or get to sleep.
You want to see something interesting? Part of that developer work that I do, for Christmas they send out these little Christmas gifts to the team leads, right? So let me see if.
Oh, hold on. Let me make you solo. Oh, hell yeah!
And it's a shot glass.
Yeah.
They made it into a shot glass, and then they put our name on the other side of it, nice. Which is actually pretty cool.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look, Scrog says at work must drink.
You betcha.
Funny, I had a couple of guys walk in my office last Thursday early, and
rough
one
night.
of them said something, and I looked up at him and didn't say anything, and the other one said, "Don't mess with him this morning. He's probably up late with Dash last night." I'm like, everybody I work with knows about Dash. They know what Wednesday night is.
Yeah. It's funny because it was hilarious. Jimmy and I were on the phone. Were we on the phone, or were you just watching the video and someone was like, "Hey, is that fella up in Baltimore?"
No, remember the custodian in our building was from Baltimore. Remember,
okay.
And she was talking about she knew all of these places and whatnot. And you and I were talking on the phone, and she was saying, "Well, I'm from," and I don't even remember now. It was she grew up somewhere around a hospital,
okay,
which was not far from where you.
St. Agnes, probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't remember, but it's hilarious. Way down in South Carolina, sometimes you just realize how small the world is.
Oh, definitely. So I say it all the time. Smaltimore, okay? Baltimore is such a small world that it's just golly, that freaking is giving me indigestion. That hot shot, Smaltimore, for sure. Hold on, I'll be right back. I need to blow my nose. Marlon, hold up. Wait a minute.
Wait, he gonna come home tonight?
Yeah. Hold on, let's see. Hold on, I'll be right.
Is that the real Marlon, or just the myth?
It is. It is.
It's both. It's both.
That's the legend.
The legend.
The legend.
We're not gonna have no jokes like this tonight. Now,
how you doing, buddy?
Doing good, everybody. Everybody, I'm doing good. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Is any better? I'd be you.
I'm about to say no much better now that you're here.
Yeah, sorry. So sorry.
Don't apologize. It's fine. You got other things going on.
Mercy, Alfred, you're a glutton for punishment, huh?
Get in where I can get in. I try my best to be on with peak ballers on, but I keep missing them.
Wow. He's just pinky permanently, huh?
Peak ball, Peloton Junior, whatever you want to call him.
Where is he at tonight?
He was on. So he said he was watching a documentary. That's what he said actually earlier.
Well, he'll learn more stuff here.
Probably would. Too bad it won't be useful. He said something about watching a documentary. Come on. Oh, that was when she gets. Let's go all the way up. Quentin.
was the last thing he said. He was watching a documentary, but
That wasn't the last thing. That was the first thing. She said he's
Sorry.
watching the Netflix documentary. So he was saying he was watching the documentary. He thought I was going to be late, but then I popped in right away. So that had nothing to do with why he's not here now. But anyway.
and no one
So
here
Marlon, how you doing, man? How's your garden coming along, Marlon?
nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely. I have a backyard. There you go. That's pretty much my garden.
All right.
The most beautiful grass you ever want to see, but it's grass. Just grass.
Nothing wrong
Green
with that.
side up. Just green side up. That's all you ask for.
He's my man on the top right looking like a wood
Okay,
hazard.
Dash. Green side up. What movie?
Green side up?
Yep.
I don't know.
My Blue Heaven.
Nah. What year did that movie come out?
Don't have me lie. I don't know.
1990. 1990. And no, I don't know. That was with Rick Moranis and
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. I couldn't. Yeah, no. Oh, that's what you're talking about with your yard.
Yeah.
Okay,
Green
no.
side up.
And recently I found out that My Blue Heaven is supposed to be a offshot sequel to Goodfellas.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie. And like TJ knew it, and Scrog knew it. I didn't knew it. I've never seen that movie. But then again, it's when they were getting the ballpark built.
Yeah, when they were getting Remember, guys, green side up. Green side up.
Nah.
No.
So you never seen My Blue Heaven and you never seen Goodfellas?
Was that a squirrel?
Goodfellas.
Was that a squirrel moment there, Dash?
That was
squirrel.
The joke went right over. It went right over my head.
Yeah.
Or as Susie says, Dash.
Yep. So Alton, he recently joined the Canic family. Alton and I have been talking back and forth about different firearms, and Alton, I won't say he took my advice, but he went out and he said, so Dash, about that MC9 Prime. So let's ask Alton this very important question. What do you think that important question is? He just purchased a new firearm. What's the next logical thing that you need to do with a new firearm? Anybody?
Take the serial number off.
Well, Grumpus, it's on
He's
more
got
than
a point.
It depends on how much you paid for it.
It's
when you got it.
it
$5 and a secret handshake.
Man, the serial
Yeah,
number
probably
is
right.
etched into that pistol more than a few times. But the most important thing, well, see, Alton says clean it, and I'm gonna say no, that's not even it. I want to fire it first. I need to break it in. You got to take it to the range. My MC9 Prime, because of Maryland and how I couldn't take it home, it stayed at the range and probably had almost 1,000 rounds through it before I actually was able to bring it home. And I didn't clean it until I brought it home. So it sat at the range for 2 or 3 months before I could bring it home. And I used to let any and everybody shoot it. Kent says, just done cleaning up the trailer from tonight. Briskets and butts are on for tomorrow. That's what's up. So Laura, Alton says clean it. No, that's not the first thing. Laura says clean it. No, that's not the first thing. Look, Roger says duct tape the grip. We don't want to duct tape the grip.
Okay, but Dash.
It's friction tape. It's not duct tape. It's friction
Duct
tape.
tape the grip. What movie is that from?
In can't fingerprint friction tape. You got to use duct tape.
What's the what duct tape the grip? What's that movie from? What's that statement from?
I don't know. I don't know that one.
Oh my God, Godfather.
Okay. So here's the thing. I'm not a fan of Godfather. I didn't like it. I didn't like the movie. I know that's a cult classic. Hot take. I didn't like Godfather. Let's move on, because I know you're about to say a whole bunch of stuff, but we're gonna move on, okay? Susie says fire it. Perfect. Definitely.
I don't even know if my wife had fired hers.
Man, look, clean lube and EPS carried installed. That's what's up. Look, Susie said, "You taught us that. Go fire it. Shoot it." Yes. Look, Susie said, "See, I listen." Look, Simon said, "File off the serial number."
No. I only have one weapon that's not regularly fired.
Mm-hmm.
And the first two numbers when it was made are 1 and 8. It does not get fired. Other than that, I want to make sure everything runs.
Is that a Marlin?
What, the one I don't fire?
Yes.
No.
Oh, is it the one behind you?
No. Well, that one doesn't count.
Okay.
That one doesn't count. I earned that one when I was 4 years old.
Mm-hmm. Just by being born?
No, pretty much. My grandfather would stand me up, and he had a little thing. What is that? It's a musket. Whose was it? It was my great granddaddy's. I had to repeat this to all his friends.
Mm-hmm.
What did he use it for? He used it to shoot the damn Yankees.
Mm.
He actually, and I've got the paperwork, he actually was killed at Vicksburg carrying that. That would be my grandfather's grandfather, which would be what? Great?
Probably.
So, yeah.
We can't count that high.
No, the one I'm talking about is a Colt.
Okay.
And it's a handgun. So
all right. Simon said, "I have not seen The Godfather at all the way through, just bits and pieces." I sat and watched Godfather. So I sat and watched Godfather, and I don't know. It didn't resonate with me. Marlon.
I knew you was gonna let the subject go. You gonna bring it
because, okay, that was because he commented, and I wanted to make sure he saw. I comment anyway. So Alden said he bore sighted and zeroed the optic and everything. That's what's up. That's perfect. So Alton, what distance did you sight it out to? Because that's usually one of the things that a lot of people don't understand. That if you, let's say you're in a short room, a closed room, and that's that wall that you're sighting it out to is 10 feet away. If you're shooting at 20 feet, 30 feet, that zero is going to change. Roger said, "Put a can on it." You can, but can't. You really wouldn't want to put a can on it because it's actually it has a ported barrel, so you don't really want to put a can on a ported barrel. It's just not going to work out very well. Susie said, "I carried a SIG, whatever, what either 9 or 40, since the beginning of my police career, almost 3 decades ago. Now I'll be carrying a Glock. I don't mind my SIG. I don't mind, but my SIG is my one." Have you not seen the news recently about Sig Sauer, Susie? Because SIGs like to fire themselves, and anybody who has any sort of SIGs they're getting rid of them. They're definitely getting rid of them. The last incident, there was an incident probably about 3 weeks ago, maybe 4, where an Air Force or an airman was doing something and he took his pistol off and he sat it down. And that action of sitting it down in the holster, it fired, and that projectile ended his life. So after that, it was like pump the brakes. Nope, everybody is getting off of the SIGs.
You know what that is?
You didn't know what is?
What the cause of that is?
So there's supposed to be a bump safety, or excuse me, a drop safety, and apparently SIG did not or does not have a drop safety. And and so it does not have a drop safety, and the action of bumping the firearm is enough to move the trigger that it'll cause to fire when it is racked and loaded. So that Sig was like, oh, when there started to be problems, Sig said you carry without one in the chamber. Who does that?
Nope.
Who does that? No one.
Condition one.
Yes. So, and that was Sig's, I won't say immediate, but that was their official response. And then
I'm in danger. I want you to stand there and let me load my gun.
Yep. Well, you got to rack it. It should already be loaded, but racking it is the
they don't want anything in it, right? So there's
they don't want they don't want it. They don't want a round in the chamber. But they want it loaded, but not around in the chamber.
Okay, so they want a TV thing where everybody just round their chamber as they're about to shoot.
They rack, yeah. So Susan said, I've carried a SIG 9mm or 40 for 30 years in law enforcement. Now she said that the Glock was a new experience. Alton said 15 yards. Why so far, Alton? I don't know. I zeroed my optic at 21 feet. I've been debating whether I'm going to zero it out to 30 feet, and okay. So my rifle, I zeroed at 30 feet. The EPC 9, or excuse me, the AR9, I zeroed that at 30 feet, and my pistols, I zeroed those at 21 feet. So or 7 yards.
How far was you from Pew Pew and the guy in the car?
I was close. I mean, he literally was. His bumper was like at my knee, like 6 inches away from my knee when he lurched the car forward. But yeah, that was the I'm gonna say the one and only. But that was the time where I came close to drawing within the last 3 years that I've been carrying. Alton said he has a Glock 22 Gen 4. He said he loves it. 40 cal. Ooh. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy.
Look, if I had $1 an hour for every hour I have had to wear one, YouTube would have never met me. And I can't stand them.
The 40s, or the 40 cal or the Glock?
With the Glock, period. But I wore a 40 caliber for 25 years.
Oh, goodness.
And then have carried one for the last 9 millimeter, a 19.
Okay.
And the firearms instructor had to approve me putting
an optic
on it. Of course, I'm the firearm instructor, so I approved me putting one on it.
Which optic are you running? Are you running a Trijicon, or are you running something?
No, I'm running a Viper.
Okay.
I'm running a Viper, and only because of it's good enough to carry every day, and it was cheap to put on a department weapon.
Okay.
All right. That's the reason I went with that. But
so,
and it hit. I mean, it's where the dot is.
Okay.
So I'm getting old. These eyes don't work so well, and that helps a lot.
That being said, and I think I've showed you the circle and the dot, but you probably will be opposed to it because you've done dot only.
Correct.
And I've found that newer shooters take to the circle and the dot faster than just a straight dot.
Yeah.
But you also have a lot more time and trigger time. All right, so Keon said, I love my PX4, but I'm thinking about a Canik. Just do it. Just yep. Simon says all the Goob tubers have made videos on that SIG. Yep. So it's not just the 320. So the 320 is the one that's most prevalent, or this being a problem. But also on the 365, there's problems with that one where the trigger spring, it just breaks. It just wears out. And we've had some in our shop that have spontaneously combusted. So we've seen people who are just, taking shots and their hands end up completely darkened because they are firing out of battery, so that the chamber is not 100% closed, and when it fires, as opposed to all of the projectile being pushed forward, you have projectile and powder that just kind of explodes 360 degrees, and I've seen a few of them. And then the 365s also have been having, like I said, the problems with the trigger spring, where you'll pull the trigger and it'll just be dead, and it just won't work. Laura says that's not good. Yeah, definitely not good. Yeah, I knew what you were trying to say, Simon. I thought you were just trying to kind of, hide it a little bit and not say gun tubers. The Scrop said they've arrested someone else involved in that airman's death. Really? I did not hear that. Well, I said I'm going to be carrying a Glock now, but something must be up with that manufacturer, because in 30 years I've never had an issue unless an officer was putting it back up a gun behind his. Yeah, I understand. And I have a cousin who was a police officer in Philadelphia, and early in his career, like within like the first 5 years, maybe 7 years of his career, he popped himself in the knee, putting his pistol away. And it was early in his career, and he retired he just recently retired. But I remember as a kid, everyone was, like, oh my God, this happened. And I'm like, what happened? And it's like, oh, he shot himself. I was like, wait, what? He shot himself in the knee. And I never got to ask him about it, but now that I'm more into firearms, I think I will. Oh my gosh. Look, put the gun behind his back and shot himself in the butt. That's funny.
The lieutenant took a piece of butt off at the range.
Just a flesh wound. It's a flesh wound.
I'm sorry. I'm like, so Chris said they found out that there was someone else with the airman and lied about the incident. Supposedly his other airman shot the kid and made up the story about it going off in the holster. Well, I mean, still, that's crazy. Now I'm gonna have to look into that. Susie said, I'm not new to firearms, just not the big talker about them. Obviously, after 30 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Alton says the Glock I have will be more for home defense. It's on the larger side for EDC, but it can be done. Me, who carries a full size pistol almost all of the time, I don't know. I'm like, nothing's too big, dude. There's a guy at my range that concealed a Glock 34. And it wasn't a 34. It was whatever the 10 mil version of a 34 is. And I don't know if that's a 30. I don't know. Is that a Glock 40?
Here's the real question. Can you conceal a Desert Eagle?
Yes.
Maybe.
I mean, it
be very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it would be that, but I mean, that's why yes.
Yeah, you might be able to.
It's a 20.
You may be able to, but
that's the 10 millimeters of Glock 20.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so it was a 10 mil. He carried a 10 mil, like a long barrel 10 mil. So Alton says 21 feet to 45 feet ain't going to matter much on 0 for center mass. We ain't in the competition for the Olympics. Agreed. Definitely agreed. Which is, I don't know. My thing is this. If somebody is within 21 feet, I'm going to want to fire. If someone is beyond 21 feet, unless we are having a standoff, then I probably will not fire. Because they say most interactions happen within 21 feet and closer. So that's why I have my pistol set to 21 feet. That's just my own, my own thing. Kent said 15 yards because Alton's fence gets her 15 yards from his front door. This is back door. Yeah. if you miss a pinpoint on the chest by half an inch, doesn't matter. Oh no. I completely agree. It doesn't. But you know, it's bragging rights, Alton. That's all. That's all. I mean,
pain is pain.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
Ask Chris about the triple tap.
Triple tap. All
Oh,
right,
yeah.
Chris.
It's like a triangle. Tup, tup, tup.
Oh man, shoot, definitely.
Woo.
Pop, pop, pop. It's one move.
Simon said, "I like 40 cal." Why? You have you shot it enough?
Bless your
Like,
Hey, to each their own, though. You know, I mean,
I have
everybody's
to,
got their preference.
I have to, but
We talked about the Desert Eagle. I have no desire whatsoever. I mean, I would love to shoot it, but to own it, no.
it's one of those things where
For that,
I
it's
shot-
bragging rights. It's bragging
I
rights.
shot it
And-
once. I shot it once.
Oh, I've shot it numerous times. We had a 50 cal rental, and
Yeah.
it was like and so this is how it would go, right? Once folks found out we had the 50 cal rental, they'd be like, "Oh my God, we can shoot the Desert Eagle. We can shoot the 50 cal. Yay!" And then all of the people of the parties involved, aside from the person that's amped, is like, "I don't know if I want to shoot that." And I say, "Hey, it's not that bad. Do you want to see me shoot it first?" Do you want to see me shoot it first? So I
Rent
fired
it and load the mag.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Well, the whole thing is this: those rounds were $5 a round.
Yeah, they're
That's right.
expensive.
So we used to $5 a round. So we used to sell them in 5-round increments. They would get 5 rounds to shoot, and they'd be like, "Do you want to see me shoot it?" And they're like, everyone's like, "I don't want to shoot it first. I don't want to shoot it first." I said, "Look, I'll shoot it for you. It's not that bad." And I'm like, "All right, everybody back up," and I just two-handed, dude. And when I say, whenever the Desert Eagle went off in the range, everyone from the retail side of the range to the range side, everyone looked, because 1, it was a huge fireball. 2, it shook damn near the whole building. The whole building.
You find that the Desert Eagle comes straight back at you instead of having a whole lot of barrel rise.
No, so it did come up.
It did for me.
But that's because you probably weren't holding it right. So
no, I mean, I was holding it okay. You know, I'm not a gun expert as you all are.
Newer, inexperienced shooters won't hold on to it like the way that you need to keep it flat, and it's perfectly normal for it to fly up. Like, we only allow you to load 1 round in it at a time on purpose. On purpose, because I have videos on my Pew Pew channel of people firing it, and that thing goes like this.
Shoot the ceiling.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, you will not believe, and I bet you can't guess. I have said for 5 years or so, the one gun I don't have, and I you know, that I got over collecting guns and having to have guns years ago, but I've got one that I want in my vault pocket in the door that I don't have. You'll never guess what it is.
A 500 Magnum?
Nope.
22.
Nope. A Judge.
Yeah. So the Judge shoots the 410
and the 45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
said it. I would love to have that just to play with.
Listen, I know there's a guy that comes into the range and he has a Judge. I know I've shot his Judge or a Judge. I've shot 500 Smith & Wessons, the Desert Eagle. Obviously, we had a 50 cal Deagle and we got rid of it, and now we have a 44 mag Deagle. And same thing. It doesn't hit nearly as hard, but it's still like it gets everybody's attention.
No, I'm
but
sure.
One of the worst rounds I ever shot was the 303 Enfield.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. So the 303 Enfield was similar to like 308. It's just a little stubbier, and it's a rifle cartridge that's huge. This thing's like this,
Yep.
and it's in a rifle with a hard stock, and I fired this thing like boom. I was like, oh my god, this is a freaking cannon. So let's see.
Can I say something real quick?
What's up?
For all the new viewers who came on here,
We discuss everything but politics.
You're not getting that tonight. Sorry that you wanted to figure out how to cook a good brisket.
You should have come on the first hour.
Yeah.
You're gonna know what the best gun to get for the first timers, and
oh yeah. Well, the best one is the one you can afford. The next best one is one that you do some research and you really like. But so Alton says he likes the green dot way more than the red. He said these old eyes see green easier. I am lucky in that I don't have I won't say a problem with seeing red dots. I have a friend who has an astigmatism, and his astigmatism is so bad that not only is it the red, but the red and the green give him like starburst effect. So he has to use a huge dot, and that huge dot, it's easier for him to see because it's not so small. It doesn't starburst as much. He explained it to me when we were in the store, and I'm like, whatever floats your your boat, dog. Just which one do you want, buddy? So Simon said he had not heard about the 365 having problems. Yeah, there's been problems, or there were problems with the trigger springs and them firing out of battery. I've seen a few SIGs that have had problems out of battery. It was either getting Hellcat Pro or the Prime. The Prime just felt better in hand, and it was slightly larger. So, and this is one of those things. So you were talking about putting duct tape on, or Roger was talking about putting duct tape on it. This is one pistol you wouldn't want to put duct tape on. The grip that this pistol has from the factory, it just feels so right in your hand. It's aggressive in all of the best way possible. And that's the Canik MC9 or Mete MC9 Prime. And it's fantastic. In Canada, years back in the 90s, you were considered an outlaw owning a handgun. Yeah. Did they play music for you too, Laura? And the tumbleweeds roll by. Yeah, just with the 365, it's not an uncommanded fire. No, it's not.
You want to hear something funny?
What?
The last time I shot a gun was 1989. Just saying, 1989 was the last time I shot a gun.
Wow.
Man, you can still buy full auto pistols or back then.
And guess what? The last gun I shot,
the Mac 10, Uzi,
Desert.
Okay, the Desert Eagle.
In Vegas.
I'm close. Last time I shot one was Monday.
Right.
Sunday.
Monday.
Sunday for me. Yeah, Sunday. I gotta, fix those numbers. It was funny because usually when I go to Florida, I'm like, oh my God, it's been a week or two. But this past time I was in Florida, I went to the range actually twice. I went and took my mother-in-law to the range one day, and then her brother was like, "Oh man, Dash took us to the range. What range? So he came up to my mother-in-law's house, and we went to the range again. So I was like, "Cool, let's go." So I went to the range twice.
Yes, I can put 30-06 was scary to fire. I actually shot my first deer with a 30-06 open sight.
Oh man, that's what's up.
Yep.
That's what's up. Definitely.
One and done with an AUK 6.
Yep.
Well, that's like what do you know what rifle it was, George?
It was a Remington.
Okay.
1100.
I can't even remember. It was my father-in-law's old gun.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that was a real popular rifle there for what, the late 70s into almost 1990 or so. Through that period of time, that was big. My favorite trip, I got invited to go down to the FN factory in Columbia, South Carolina.
Mm.
That's where all of the Modusas are reconditioned. The military sends all of their weapons down there, and they have an underground range there. And I actually got to fire a Modus, and oh
Man.
my gosh, you want a trip to the range?
Man. All right, so Alton says, let's talk ammo dash. You ever buy from ammunition? So Ammo Depot, man, some of their prices had me wondering what's wrong with it. Typically, what's wrong with it is they are remanufactured rounds.
Yep.
They're not
They're
brand new
removed.
rounds. So if you look, it'll say reman or new, or it'll say like one use reman. So they're like tiers of remanufactured ammo, because after somebody shoots it first, they buy the old casings and they recondition them, and then I'll say fire them, but remanufacture them, reload them to be fired a second time. But then some of the other ammo is just like, there are people who come into our range and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm reloading ammo. I'm reloading ammo." Like, I know a guy, I've known him for years because he's a car friend of mine. And when he came into the range, he's like, "When'd you start working here?" And I know I've known him. I've been at the range for 4 years. I've probably known him for 8 to 10. And once I found out that he was doing the reman stuff, I was like, "Oh, okay." But he comes in every now and again and he'll shoot some stuff off, and he's like, "Oh, I'm trying a new load. I'm trying a new load." I'm like, "Okay, you stay over there with that," because every now and again it just doesn't work properly. And that's the I'm gonna say the fear, but that's the thing behind remanufactured ammo, that you never know what you're going to get unless you were the person that's actually loading it. So this is the comment from Simon. A 30-06 was scary to fire the first time. It's still scary to fire. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. 30-06 in an indoor range is nothing to sneeze
Boom.
at. This is a huge dot. We all having a look outside the window to see his target behind the dot. Yeah. Look, Simon says last time he shot was in February of this year. Well, you need to get back at it too. Let's see here. It wanted me when taking the firearm, the handgun, not taking a test on the air. I mean, so I guess it is legal now to have handguns in Canada, or what is the rules? What are the rules, Laura? She goes, girl, last video, what things look like charcoal. No, I didn't, Alton. So I saw a video. One of your videos popped up, but I am behind. I'm so behind in videos because of the fact that I was not home for a week. I didn't my whole video watching schedule was off. So I'm still trying to catch up on videos from people. I'm not even going to read that. Chris is trolling. Listen, so Susie says, I'm going to say this. You don't have to like guns, but in this day and time, you need to have protection for yourself and for your family, and not just at home. I 100% agree.
Can I comment?
Go ahead.
Okay, so for me, I went. It was high school. I graduated in '89. So my best friends, one of them had a Desert Eagle, the other one had a Glock and a 22. So we went to the shooting range and did that. One of my buddies was an MP. He went off to be an MP in the Army, and then he became a correctional officer afterwards. I've got about five family members that are in the police department in various capacities. And then I've got several friends that are in law enforcement as well. So I mean, I'm not unfamiliar with the guns and whatnot, but I went through a really, really rough divorce back in the 90s. And so anyway, just to make sure that there was no issues going through the court system and custody issues, I opted to not pursue the security of handguns. I did go through. Well, I was in martial arts for like 11 years, and I taught for a while. But so I felt comfortable with that. It wasn't like handguns were necessary, especially in the area where I'm at. But anyway, yeah, no, I agree. I'm not opposed to handguns. It's just because of situations that I was in as I was growing up and with my kids and stuff. When I got custody of the kids, I just wanted to protect. I was able to protect the kids to a certain degree, obviously, but I knew that if I had gone and got my concealed carry, that would have come up in court and would have looked bad for me, as I did. So even as my son is in his 20s now, and my daughter is in her 20s as well. But I don't know. I've always thought about it, get my concealed, but I don't know. I've done without for so many years. Doesn't mean it's going to be necessary at one point or another, but I don't know. I've always thought about it.
It might be time.
I've thought about it. I'm not opposed to it, but
because you can always get it and not use it, versus
right, but
not being able to get it. That's the
the
big
laws.
thing.
I'm in California, so the laws are a lot different than many other states
Yeah.
throughout the U.S.
So Maryland is also one of the most restrictive state, or used to be one of the most restrictive states when it comes to concealed carry, or the wear and carry is what it's now called. And the reason being because, and this is one of those things that we could sit and debate for all of eternity.
Yeah.
The people who the gun laws hurt most are the people who are the law-abiding citizens.
Yeah.
Period. The law-abiding citizen has to now, the goalpost gets moved because now in Maryland. So let's put this in perspective, and this is from my perspective in Maryland, and you can talk
Right.
to California and other places where it's easier. New Jersey, Georgia is also a very difficult state.
Yep.
But South Carolina is probably dropped dead simple.
No, we're an open carry state now.
Oh, well, it's a
Have been for
constitutional
2
carry.
years.
Yeah.
So is it
Yeah.
constitutional or open carry?
Open carry.
North Carolina,
Open
you just
carry.
have to
Wear it on
wait.
your hip. Walk around anywhere unless there's a sign that says
No.
no.
So in Maryland, so let's just put this into perspective, right? So there was a I won't say there was a case, but I know for sure there was a woman and she was trying to protect herself, and she went about it legally, and I don't know if it was in New York or New Jersey, but the whole thing was the waiting in which she had to do cost her her life because she legally went about trying to purchase a firearm. She went to all of the classes needed.
Trainings, yeah.
She went through all of those things that needed to happen, and then there's a mandatory wait period. In that mandatory wait period, she was gunned down by the person she was trying to protect herself from.
Yep.
Okay, and that's not. I mean, that's not a lie. And again, I don't know the exact details to say when the specific date happened and this and other. Not neither here nor there. But the point I'm trying to make is the gun laws that are out there end up hurting the people who are trying to protect themselves from someone who is a threat or the bad guy. But again, so in Maryland, in order for you to purchase a pistol, okay, you have to go through at least an 8-hour course to get what's called the handgun qualification license, the HQL. That HQL can cost you anywhere between $150 and $250, depending on who you go through to get it done, right?
Yeah.
The application for the HQL is $70.
Oh.
The fingerprints, for the HQL are another $50 to $100, depending on where you go and get them done, right? So you're wasting a day. You're spending, let's say, $300, $400, and that's all before you have to then wait for the HQL to come back, which typically takes about 2 weeks. Then once you get your issued number, you can then go in and purchase a firearm. So let's say you purchase the bottom of the barrel, cheapest thing that you can get. That's another $250 to, let's say, $500. Okay, right? Just so you can have something. Now, if I'm there and I'm selling you the firearm, I'm going to tell you you need not spend $250. You need to spend $500 minimum, because that $500 pistol is going to be reliable compared to a $250 gun that might go bang one time. And if you don't know how to operate it, it could go bang and you're missing, and then you're jammed, and then you're stuck, right? So let's say we're at $1,000, and then once you spent all of that money and all of that time, and probably about a month has gone by since you started this process, you now have to wait 7 days before you can pick up your pistol.
Right.
For every single purchase, every single pistol purchase. Now, if you wanted to go in and purchase a long gun, a rifle, a shotgun, you can go in and you can cash and carry as long as you pass the background check. Now, typically, because if this is someone's first time purchasing a firearm, or if they haven't purchased a firearm, or if there's some sort of red flag, you will get delayed. Meaning, hey, we're not going to give you this gun right away. All right, we're going to make you wait, let's say 3, 5, 7, 10 days, whatever the case may be. And then you can come back and pick it up as long as there's no problem. But that's in Maryland. Now, I'm sure, Jimmy, there's the 4473 is the federal form to fill out, for your paperwork. When you fill out your 4473, that's your government form, right? But in Maryland, not only do you have to fill out the federal form, you have to fill out a state form.
California is the same.
California, don't you have to have register in order to purchase ammunition in California?
To be honest, I'm not sure.
Okay,
I haven't I have not looked into it. All I know, basically, if I've got a problem with somebody, I'm calling my son-in-law, I'm calling my cousin, I'm calling, you know what I mean? And which they're in law enforcement, so anyway, TMI.
I can tell you this: in North Carolina, it's a joke, but it's really not a joke. You can register for a gun. It's going to take you 45 days.
It's about a month here in California
before you get it. Like, it's just,
but
tell you off the bat, you're going to wait 45 days.
Marlon, is that for a concealed carry permit or to purchase? Because there's a difference.
California is concealed to carry about 30 days.
Okay.
To a concealed weapon, I think. Yes.
There's a difference. But in North Carolina, I'm sure you can purchase a pistol a lot easier than you can conceal it, and I'm gonna say that's fine. But the 45 days, I want to say, is almost nothing in comparison to Maryland. Used to be like that. They had 60 days before they had to turn it around in 60 days. If it's not 60 days, it's 90 days. But they have that amount of time to turn it around. And at one point, they were taking 89 days in order to get it done. But yeah, there's a difference between having to, and so one of the things that has happened recently in Maryland is if you go and you get the wear and carry is a 16-hour course. So again, all these people who are trying to get their wear and carries, there's an entry or a barrier to entry, right? You're trying to protect yourself, and someone who is in a lower income situation, they might not have $350, $400 to go to a class, another $100 to apply for the permit, another $50 for fingerprinting, right? These are the barriers to entry.
You could be $1,200-$1,500 into it.
Yeah.
Also, get it, yes. By the time you're in the thousands.
Yeah. Well, it's not that bad, because one of the things is, and Maryland has, I'm gonna say, relaxed it, but the wear and carry once you receive your wear and carry, you can use the training that you did from your wear and carry and the fingerprints and some of the other stuff to get the HQL. So you don't have to pay twice. When I got mine, I got my HQL first and then had to get my wear and carry. So I ended up paying twice. But a lot of the people nowadays who are getting their wear and carry are able to take the training and the information from the wear and carry class, and it covers the same information that's in the handgun qualification license class. So they're getting a little bit of a discount, but still they have to pay for the fingerprints and they have to pay for all of those other things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm trying to catch up with the comments. Let's see. Alan says he never looks at the remanufacturer. He said he got for new ammo. He said the prices are still crazy low. I don't know. The only other thing I can think of, Alton, is some of those that the ammo might not be brass. It could be steel cased or aluminum, and the preferred material for casings is brass. That is going to be top tier, or even so. Yeah, steel. And I look. I'll say oddly enough, I have a steel case round right here, and they look dirty, but they are harder on your firearms. They that's the steel is not nice to the components inside of the firearm. Horses, when I shot off one, I closed my eye and I remember the 12 gauge sent me flying. I had a guy shooting a 12 gauge for the first time over the weekend, and it was funny to see, but I'm just like, it's not gonna be that bad, man. It's not gonna be that bad. After he shot it, he was like, "Oh my god, man, so good." I'm like, it's not that bad. It could be worse.
We grew up on a 12 gauge. I've never understood why people think that's so bad.
The worst thing, because they don't know, they don't have a frame of reference. If you've never shot anything bigger than a 12 gauge or hits harder than a 12 gauge, and that's the worst thing you fired, then oh my gosh, that's the big bad, the big bad wolf. But just like you're talking like a 30-06 or 308, those rifles hit hard, and they hit differently. But then again, shooting like target loads or birdshot out of a 12 gauge is different than shooting slugs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It makes a difference. So Eastwind says they're allowed to have a pistol in Canada, but you can only take it out and look at it on Canada Day.
Wow.
You can have them, and most times if hunting or gun shooting shows. Okay. Let's see. Scrog said I have the mansion system, so we get to play in the house anytime we want. The wife and I will set up the targets for each other, so we don't know where they are. Okay. So that was one of the things that Alton asked me about, the Mantis system. I have never bought one, and for two reasons. One, I'm being cheap, and then two, because I'm at the range every week, I get to live fire all the time. Now I'm not one that shoots 1,000 rounds every single Sunday. No, I might, if anything, I might shoot 3, sometimes 10 rounds, depending on what it is I'm doing. Like I have there's a guy that comes in when he's one of the trainers, and we do a challenge where we'll take a Post-it, send it out to 21 feet or 7 yards, and you have 5 shots, and you need to hit that Post-it 5 times at 21 feet. So I mean, and that to me is, I won't say more valuable training, but taking your time, taking your shots, it translates to when you're under duress and you can, shoot because the fundamentals are there. All right. Thanks, Alton. I'll check it out. Duck Goose, Chris, she says. Man, I know y'all heard about this crazy fool here at Target that thought it was Jesus. He made the 4-year-old watch him kill his grandfather and then kill the 4-year-old. Damn. Right, we need the EDC. No, I didn't hear about that, but Alton, there's so much. I try not to watch the news a lot of times.
Yeah.
Amen.
Eastlands says, "Do you think Kung Fu Panda was a good movie?"
I literally am in that business of news, and I cut myself off from a lot of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's
I'm
what kept my sanity.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to read this stuff before I go to
Yep.
bed. Because otherwise, I'm not going to go to sleep. Because it's like, no, this is not going to work. I'm not going to have it. So I cut myself off. I haven't did a live show in a month.
Oh, really?
It should be going on a month. I'm probably not going to do a live show until after Labor
So,
Day.
Alton, I'm looking at you. Okay. So, Alton, I can't see I can just see the name here, and that's one of the rounds that we recommend, and I can't see how much it is, but I'll check it out in a moment. So Sprague says having a legitimate concealed permit should never look bad. So, Brian, it you know it shouldn't look bad, but I mean, we of course don't know the details of your divorce and everything else like that, and
Yeah. Well, let me put it this way. In California, the judge and the mediator, which is a licensed psychologist, they said it was the worst case they had seen in 21 years when I went through the divorce. It was bad. And that's what, because it was the kids' lives on the line. That's why I was not taking any chances for anything. I didn't
I hear
want to,
So
that was the whole thing. So
my wife has a friend who just went through a divorce, and the same thing. She was on pins and needles for every little thing that she does, and she's being judged for it, and she didn't want to be considered a bad mom for not doing this or doing that. And we're like, you do realize you're driving yourself crazy. And she's like, but the risk and the things that I have to deal with and I have to worry about, because I don't want to lose my daughter to my now ex-husband, and or other things that he's claiming, and she has to make sure that she's in the right or looks in the right or all of those things. So I understand, but I don't understand, if you know what I mean.
let me put it this way. Child protective custody in California knew me on a first name basis. It was bad. Everything worked out in the end. It was just tough to go through, but everything worked out well. Let's just put it that way.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
If you look at it, divorcing with kids is the equivalent of adopting a kid.
Well,
you're under a microscope
in the early 2000s.
Everything.
In the early 2000s, for a man to get 100% custody, 100% custody, 100% legal custody was unheard of, and that's what I got. So I
got custody of my daughter, and Rad, I'm going to tell you something that's just going to crack you up. I got custody of my daughter because baby mama was not doing what she was supposed to do. She knew she wasn't doing what she was supposed to do. Now, I, being a proud father, I got custody of my daughter because I'm the better parent and I did the right thing and everything else and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to use that as I'm the proud parent. Really and truly, I got custody because she never showed up.
Well, she showed up on mine. It was a battle.
She never showed up because she automatically knew that she thought the court was going to say, I'm the mom. There's no way in the world they was going to give custody.
And back then, that was the normal. That was the norm.
That was the norm. Yes.
Yeah.
That was the norm.
So regardless, my case was very unique. Every divorce and every child custody is unique. There's two sides to every story.
Yeah.
You've got your perspective, she's got hers. I'm not here to debate that, but it was really rough. And for me, for the integrity of who I am as a person, And what I was trying to do, this is what I chose to pursue. Just my basic defense was to circle the wagons and just, hey, this is who I am, and I'm not worried about whatever anybody says.
He said, she said,
document every situation.
Yeah.
How y'all liking the barbecue channel? Hey, how y'all doing?
Right.
All right.
We're
So here,
fixing to roast the next.
I'm about to say. So let's get back to the comments, which are still not about barbecue. Simon says outlaws don't care about
Right.
gun laws. Yeah, and Alton says Texas is open carry, yet he doesn't see anyone do it. So because here's the thing, Alton,
You behind.
those people who are going to open carry are making themselves targets.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel about it.
And it's one of those things where you can open carry, but then everyone's looking at you, staring at you, pointing at you, and it's uncomfortable for certain people. I know that I will open carry when I'm at the range, but I open carry. My open carry pistol is a conversation piece. It is one that it purposely is done up so that people will say, "Hey, what is that thing there?" Oh, and it's like I said, it's a conversation piece, but like I was at Panera yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, I'm at the Panera," and there was a gentleman in front of me, and I looked at him. I'm like, "This guy looks like a cop," and he moved around in front of me, and I looked at the normal places where you would conceal a pistol, and I said, "He is a cop. I see his gun right there." But the thing is, it's one of those things where the normal person would not know, one, where to look, two, what they were looking for, right? So when I saw just a little ledge on his right side at about that 4 o'clock, I'm like, yep, suspicions confirmed, right? And then I watched, so I'm like making my coffee, and I watched him walk out the door, and you can see, and the whole thing was he was wearing a light golf shirt, and it wasn't too high or anything. It was just so light that it hung up on his pistol.
Yeah.
So the thing is, and I see people out and about all the time. I was out to lunch with my wife and daughter a few weeks ago, and we're at the it was a halal spot, and guy comes in, and he's wearing a pistol in sweatpants, Alton, in sweatpants, right? He's wearing a pistol in sweatpants, and he did something, and I don't know if he was stretching or whatever, but I see all of it, and I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna make. I don't say not gonna make a big deal out of it. I'm not gonna, But normally, when if I see somebody out and about and they're not covered up or whatever,
flaunting it.
No, it's not even flaunting it, because I know there are times when I'll have a book bag on and it'll pull up my shirt just enough, and so it's not
concealing it.
Yeah, but he wasn't flaunting. He wasn't flaunting. It was inadvertent. Yeah, it was just inadvertent. He needed a little shirt. He got what?
He got comfortable.
Yes, but the whole thing was he needed a longer shirt. And this is one of the things that I tell people all the time. You need to buy a bigger shirt. You're not going to be able to wear a skin tight shirt. And for whatever reason, I won't say most young kids, but most young dudes nowadays, they want to wear this. I don't need to see your pulse, first and foremost. But secondly, I don't, buy a bigger shirt, and then I won't see your pistol. So, but yeah.
You're going to have a concealed weapon, but you're going to wear a wife beater and go around.
I mean, that's fine.
But
buy a bigger wife beater, okay? That's it.
In California, where I am, in Central California, I to be honest, and I don't know what the laws are. I really don't. I haven't looked into it. It's not something that I've really delved into, if you know what I mean. I mean, it's not like I said, I'm not opposed to it. I'm just not adverse to the new laws. They've passed a law. Anyway, needless to say, 99% of the time, like I said, I've got family members that are law enforcement. I've got friends that are law enforcement, retired law enforcement. I know what to look for if somebody's concealing.
I'm
You
sorry,
know.
Brian. Hold on 1 second.
Yep.
I just have to address. I'm sorry. This right here, Chris, you're wrong for that. You're wrong for that. Okay. Canik is not based off of the design of a high point. And if you know about anything about firearms, high point is like, you might as well use it as a hammer as opposed to actually using it as a firearm. I'm sorry, Brian. I digress. I digress. I digress.
There's certain situations that
Yes.
need to be addressed. I get it. No, but anyway,
Wow.
like I said, 95% of the time, at least 95% of the time, I don't see anybody concealing. Nothing. People don't walk around
That's
in
the
the
point.
area
Yeah.
that I live in with a conceal, even if they're in law enforcement. My son-in-law, he works for correctional facilities. He works at San Quentin.
Okay.
He doesn't even carry his gun in public. He really doesn't. And so it's like it's not as
He's
prevalent
someone
here.
that should carry
It, but once again,
because he works in corrections.
doesn't
And
matter.
not to, it matters.
No,
And
I mean,
maybe it's because I grew up in the East Coast and my mother worked in a jail and she worked in a maximum security prison. But my thing is this: the people who get targeted are the people who work in
right.
those corrections facilities, and they get targeted not necessarily as you wronged me in jail, but hey, I'm gonna flip you and you're gonna do my bidding because
Or
you're a correctional officer.
you're a correctional officer at the place where my idol is being being detained or whatever. I get it, but that's his choice. Once again, it's not mine, it's his. And maybe it's because out of respect for his wife or whatever the reason is. I don't go into his reasoning. Same thing with my cousins, same thing with my friends. I have a friend that he works in the juvenile facilities, and he carries 24/7. And yeah, and I could tell you stories anyway. But nonetheless, it's all personal preference. But once again, in the area that I'm in or that I live in California, Central California, I don't see much at all as far as concealed. It's not as.
And that is, I hear you. Look, it's arm's reach.
Only place I don't carry is in the shower.
Right. Well, and once again, for you, that's what you're comfortable with.
I'll say this real quick because I have been taught to think layers. Dash, you see my partner to think layers of things, not just on the surface. And we're talking states, but we have to talk about states. Then we have to talk about counties. Then we have to talk about cities.
Because it varies. Absolutely.
It varies so much to the point where we don't have too many concealed weapons where I'm from. I can go to a different county and everybody is the OK Corral. They have no problem walking around with no problem. I come back to my city and you can have a concealed weapon, but hey, I'm not finna walk around to Lowe's and Walmart walking around with a pew pew in my pocket, my my belt, whatever. It just depends on where you're at. And it gets smaller and smaller and smaller depending on the dynamics of where you're at.
I think that there's a misconception that people aren't carrying, but the whole thing is they are, and they just don't want you to know that they're carrying. Because I surprised the hell out of somebody not too long ago when after work and I was wearing my shirt that says Cindy's Hot Shots, and the guy's like, "Oh, what is that?" And I'm like, "It's an indoor firearms range." He's like shooting? yeah. He's like, oh wow. He's like, so you own a bunch of guns? I said, I own a couple. He said, you shoot a lot? Yeah. I'm like, I work. I said, I work almost every week. I said, I work just one day a week on Sundays part time. So I said, I'm in there and I shoot pretty regularly. And he's like, he kind of leaned in and he said, do you like conceal? I said, listen to me. Every time you've seen me in the last 3 years, I've had a pistol on me. I said, at least one. So he's like, what? And I said, thank you for my cup. I'm gonna go ahead and get what I need to get. I'm like, yes.
Let me ask you this.
Cuff and stuff was. I'm sorry, I don't know your first name,
Jimmy.
but Jimmy was trying to say something earlier, so I was.
Well, it's something. Listen, this is my 32nd year, okay, in this, and between a sheriff's office, a police department, I did 15 years with the Marshal Service on fugitive task force, and until you have walked into a hamburger joint locally, okay, where you live, and you look across the counter and you see the guy that's cooking back there and he looks up at you and you turn around and walk off because you've dealt with him, and that's a hamburger you're not going to eat that day, you won't understand. And that's a very simple example of what things are.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
So like I said, that's just a very simple example of what years of this is like. Okay. So fortunately, I have been very fortunate to most of the people that I have had dealings with over the years. When I run into them, want to come up to me and tell me, I may not even remember who they are from 20 years ago, but
they're doing better.
They want to tell me how much better they're doing. They're staying out of trouble and this, that, and the other. I'm like, great. That's great.
Yeah.
But you never know, So
because somebody could run up on you for just complete wrong reasons.
Exactly.
Well,
and I may have my wife with me. I may be with my kids. I may be with my grandkids.
There's specific reasons why you would carry. Absolutely. Totally agree with you.
Well, and it's like I said, it's not that has always been for years like a carpenter's hammer. That's been just a tool of the trade that
unnecessary.
It's just part of it. I carry and don't even think of anything about, I'm just used to it.
Right.
And you know how it is, Dash. You once you get used to that, you forget you've got it.
Man, I tell people all the time, and that I say, oh, you know how you get a new watch and you have to kind of get adjusted to that new watch going on your arm, but after you have that watch on your arm, when it's not on your arm, you feel like, oh damn, something's missing.
Something's wrong,
right?
It's like forgetting your wallet at home.
No,
it's not even like
you miss it. No. Yeah, it's not even that because it's more than that. Because the whole thing is, and if you've heard me on this live stream, I put my pants on, I put my pistol on. When I get dressed in the morning, I put my pistol on with my pants. I am around the house with I'm in a t-shirt and my pistol is sitting right here. So if company comes in or if I have to go to the door, I need to actually put a shirt on so that I'm not broadcasting the fact that I'm wearing a firearm in the house.
Yeah.
Or if I'm like going to the mailbox real quick or picking the package up off of the door, I'll take it off of me, out of the holster, and put it down by the door so that I'm not walking around with it out. Same thing when I'm outside cooking and other things like that. Well, I would venture to say, if you watch my videos hard enough, you'll see it.
You'll see it, yeah.
You will.
You'll see it. If you know what and where you're looking for, you'll see it. Yeah. And if I see it, because I know there have been times when it has popped out, and I'm like, shit, I gotta zoom in a little bit. Okay? So if you see a video and all of a sudden I'm bent over in my kitchen
and zoomed in.
Yeah. No. I caught it in the edit. That's what I'm saying. I caught it
I
in the
thought
edit.
you just get excited about the cook.
Nah. I
No.
caught it in the edit where I
Here's the funny
zoom
thing.
in just enough so that you can't see it.
He's right.
Here's the
So,
funny thing.
for-
That's
for-
why the people
It's
never
over
let
there.
you school.
First of all, because I have family in the law enforcement areas and stuff, and I know, there's a lot of people here that in the chat and stuff. I have the utmost respect for all of you. I really do. It's a tough life. I've seen it, not firsthand, but I've seen it from a concerned relative, and it's hard. It's really hard, and to me, as far as the concealed carry, there were reasons why I didn't go to it. I wanted to. I just went through the 12 years of martial arts. I figured that that's the next best thing. But nonetheless, it's not. It's nowhere near the protection that you would get from guns. But nonetheless, with what I was dealt with, that's the route I went with at the time when I was at that age. But there's that rabbit hole, and just with barbecue, I'll bring the barbecue back into the channel for a second. We've been talking about this for.
I think you're. I
But-
want to say I think you're overcomplicating it.
No,
And you're-
but the thing for me is when I go into something, I go to
All right,
the
Alton.
nth degree. I go all the way, and for me, with the concealed carry and stuff and stuff like that, ignorance is bliss, because I get it, but at the same time, it's like if I really dive into the security of concealed carry, CCs, I would dive so far deep into the rabbit hole, just like I did with barbecue, just like I did with, all the other stuff that I get into. I would be broke. I really would.
I understand, and I tell
And,
you,
and I would worry myself to a worse degree than I am now.
why? What would you worry about?
All right. So because I delve myself into whatever, I'm just one of those people. I do an insane amount of, I'm very analytical. Whatever I'm into, I'm going into it with, trying to get as much information as possible,
You're
the
all
ins and
in.
outs. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So, just like the barbecue stuff, I was into the pellet grills. I didn't want to get into offsets, so I'm getting the LSG. I'm learning everything I can about that smoker because it's got so much. Anyway, so if I did that with firearms, I would be like spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know exactly, Dash. And that's what I'm afraid of is
I get it, and
Yeah.
and the good thing for you is you are in California, so you're limited.
Yeah.
But you can also kind of limit yourself in that you could
Right.
say, I'm going to get one, or I'm going to get one to do this. And it's hard because just like a new car, the firearms manufacturers come out with new models and different shiny bits and other things like that to get you to purchase a new
Of course.
shiny new toy. I know for sure I started and I have a collection of Canics, okay? And my collection of Canics, I have almost every single model. And I have almost every single model with duplicates because they've come out with signature series pistols that come out like once a year. So once a year, I know for sure I'm going to be purchasing at least one new one. But with when the fact that they upgrade and update things, they make improvements. And I've gotten to the point where I'm like, oh, there's a new color. I'm not buying that new color. But there are definite duplicates in the, plethora of pistols that I own that are Canics, because of the fact that, like I said, Canic comes out with a new signature series pistol at least once a year. And then there was one year where they came out with 2 different ones. It was a matching set. So, yeah. But that's the whole thing. And I completely get it, Brian, because I have fallen for it, and everyone knows that's my thing. So that when, like, we get a new pistol come out, or we get a new colorway that comes in, they hey, you want this one? You want this one? And I'm like, nope, I'm not.
Stop flashing it in front of my face.
Yep. Now, one of the things I will say is I will definitely purchase a used firearm much faster than I will a brand new one. Because I can bring I can dollar cost average down the price of the more expensive ones, offsetting with the really inexpensive ones, and I could justifies it, makes it better in my mind. But I'm still spending money. I shouldn't be spending on firearms that just sit around.
We all need to write into Canic and say, look, Dash should be your next ambassador.
I would love to get. You know what's so funny you say that, Jimmy? There's 2 ladies that come into the range, and I have helped them, and I've seen them grow in the last, let's say, 8 months to a year, to the point where I did a video, and one of the ladies actually said she wrote into Canic and said, you need to do something for this guy. You need to do something for this guy. He really is a Canic fan. He got, me and my friend into Canics, and they, between the 2 of them now, they got 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 different Canics between the 2 of them in like the last, let's say, 6 to 8 months. And they're like, you're right. They're good. It's the trigger. And the molecular, what did Chris say? Whatever he said about the molecular structure. Yeah. And I'm sorry. I'm just gonna kind of scroll through the comments because I'm woefully behind.
And this is how you cook a brisket.
Right?
Very carefully.
12 hours later.
12 hours later.
This is the Canic method of trimming
juicy and tender.
Right?
Trimming a brisket with a Canic.
No, I really appreciate
you can use
y'all.
those on both your channels, Dash.
But Dash, I remember you getting on me a long time ago. So I'm not going to get on real bad. A long time ago, you said y'all get off topic so quickly. Y'all get off topic so quickly. Y'all
I had someone call me.
So what y'all?
I had someone call me. I had someone call me. I had someone call me out on getting off topic, and I was like, you know what? You're right. We have a barbecue. I have a barbecue channel, and when we do these live streams, and we start talking about any and everything. So that's why I was like, hey, the first hour we try to stick this to something barbecue or barbecue related. But here's the thing: it says let's talk barbecue, maybe, because I know that we don't talk about barbecue. And the whole thing is this:
do you have any clear left, Dash?
We can't do it. We will have.
I do. I saw Susie's.
Yeah.
Last week was all EVs. That's all it was. So
we will have a main topic.
Yeah.
And we will have like the main topic. Okay. And by the time we get to the next segment, it's like 4 or 5 different topics that we've already went through before we get to the next main topic. It's like, how do we get? That's why our shows is like 3 hours long. It's like,
oh, I know.
Yeah.
When that's how my show was be 4 hours long. Hold on one second, Marlon. That's oh.
Nope. Salute.
Thanks, Susie. Ooh.
Right. And the
But
problem
it's
is
like, you can just
this-
get all the different topics so quickly.
this
Oh, yeah.
bottle was full when I started.
The
And
topic
then-
is no topic.
And Diaz is the main person
You
that
have a
sit
bad
there and
habit of that,
say,
Brian.
how did we get
I
on
know.
this topic? It's like,
It
did
doesn't
it.
matter.
Dude,
One
you
thing
the one that
segues
did it.
into
You got on
another.
a
Yeah.
different
Mm-hmm.
George, see what you got into.
Hey, listen.
He's
I'm
been
for the
here. He
long haul.
knows. He's been here. He knows.
Yeah, I'm
But you
always
know-
here. I just don't get on. I just don't, get on the stream live.
Well,
'Cause
listen.
I'll
I
be up till
appreciate
2,
you.
3 o'clock in the morning.
You in it now.
Mhm. Listen,
You-
I
It's only
appreciate
9
you
o'clock where
joining
I
us,
am.
George.
You hear
'Cause
that, bro?
George, you have definitely been on the stream for a good 2 years, maybe even 3.
Yeah.
Popping on because that I that barrel I'm like oh that's George, so but man, oh man, that's what I was saying. So George, and I'll tell you, when I was moving my son in, I saw someone. He stopped me and he was like, oh man, I'll be on your live streams, I'll be on your videos. So that's why I thought it was you.
Yeah.
Because when we were moving him in or doing one of the orientations, he stopped me and was like, oh man, I don't, but he never told me his name. So I'm like, I don't know who that was. And I have people every now and again, like I met a guy, and that's why. So there's somebody who's, I think it's I don't know if it's George or if it's Glenn. I think it's Glenn. Glenn, and I'm gonna go all the way back to the beginning. Glenn says he lives close to me. He lives on the same side of town I live in, and yeah, Glenn, triplet. So Glenn started popping on the live stream not too long after I met someone at the Lowe's or the Home Depot on Route 40 in Baltimore, Catonsville. And I'm like, was that you? Did I meet you the other day in the Home Depot? And he's like, no, that wasn't me. But I was standing in line with my wife and my daughter, and this guy walks past me. He stops and backs up, and it's like, don't you got a YouTube channel? Yes, I do. Dash, right? Dash. Oh man, Dash, I've been watching you for a long time. And then he starts showing me pictures of his cookers and cooks that he's done and everything like that. And he's like, oh man, I'm so sorry to bother you. And I'm like, yo, it's not a bother, man. It's just like, I want to tell any and everybody, yo, if you see me in person, say hi. Because I get people staring. Like, Rumpus, I know you probably had people, seeing you. And I know Alton and I have talked about it where that when you get that, I'm gonna say that first person that looks at you hard and you're like, they like when they, and then my joke is, when they say you look familiar, and I'm like, I do, and I say, do you watch a lot of Prime, right? Do you watch a lot of adult films or something? Because
Right?
See me on Netflix.
yeah,
Wow.
hold on, maybe I need to, and then
Wow.
TMI,
Marlon,
buddy. TMI.
Marlon, you can use that one, okay? But that is
No,
the thing.
I
And
get
typically,
no. You know what my show is, so I get scared when people say,
yeah.
"Have I seen you
But
before? Have I seen you before?" And
but the whole thing is, it's hilarious and it breaks the ice. And then when people are, after they're finished laughing, they're like, "No, you do barbecue." So how about this? A few weeks ago, when I was at my baby brother got married a few weeks ago, right? When I was at, he got married, not me. I got 21 years in the game. But so when I was at the rehearsal dinner, there was a girl who was sitting next to me, and she was sitting, and I'm talking, and we're doing it, and she's like, I seen you online. I seen you on TikTok. And I was like, nah, not me. I said, I have a thing on TikTok, but it's not barbecue related. It's the stuff that I put on TikTok was firearm related. She's like, no, maybe it was on Instagram. I said, well, maybe it was Instagram. I said, I do have some videos out on Instagram and things like that. I said, but I haven't been very active on my Instagram page recently. Yeah, I so I said I haven't been very active, and she said, what about YouTube? She's like, yeah, YouTube. She was like, you was out in the park and you was grilling and you was doing this and you was doing that and da, 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 da. And I was like, wait, you saw that video? So a few weeks ago, I had two videos. I won't say go
Yeah.
viral, but have exponentially higher views than my normal videos get.
What,
The
40K was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
one was 40,000 and one was 20,000 almost. And she was one of the people who watched that video. And I said, well, why did you watch the video? She was like, I don't know. YouTube was like, here, you might like this. And I started watching it. And she was like, it was good. She was like, you was cooking and you was talking about this and you was talking to the father. And she was real animated about the whole thing. And I was like, yeah, you did watch the video. She was like, yeah. So, but that was trippy to me to see someone in the wild a week or so after that video had done numbers. And but every now and again I will be at the restaurant depot. I've met people at the restaurant depot. I was in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and I saw a guy who watched my channel. And when I saw him, I was like, yo, I've met you before. He's like, yeah, we did SEA event together. And I'm like, yeah, that's where I remember you from. And then at the next SEA event, so I talked to him. I said, hey, man, you subscribe to the channel? He's like, no, I don't subscribe to anyone. Why? Like, it would be helpful. He's like, yeah, every now and again when your videos pop up, I watch them. But if you're subscribed to my channel, you will get notified when a new video pops up. So
has anybody asked you about the poultry paper?
Josh, can I ask you this real quick?
Hold on one second. Brian, ask me about
Sorry,
the what
my bad.
paper?
Poultry paper.
No. No.
The turkey bacon.
Anyway, Marlon, what is it that you...
When somebody say, I see you on TikTok. You on TikTok a lot of times. No, I've never done TikTok. Yes, you have. Why the F would I lie to you? I don't do TikTok. I'm on YouTube. I'll tell you I'm on YouTube. Why would I lie to you?
Maybe someone has found your channel and clipped some of your videos and posted them to TikTok. Yeah. It is definitely a possibility.
And it
but
happens
the thing
all the time.
Usually it's someone who has a much bigger reach. Like I know I've talked about this guy before. This guy's name is Luke McFadden. He has he does crabbing in Maryland. He has a crab boat, and he is, when I say he is blown up in the last, let's say 3 years or so in his crabbing. And he has imitators who take his YouTube videos and then post them to Facebook, take his YouTube videos and post them to TikTok. And they are benefiting from the views because the thing is, people think it's him posting that stuff and they're watching and they're subscribing and they're donating and they're doing all these things trying to, help him out. But he's like, yo, these are the 3 things that I have. I have Instagram, I have this Facebook page and only this Facebook page, and I have, whatever else. He's like, that's it. But if you look, he's like, you have different variations of his name, different variations of his boat's name, different variations of the combination. And he's like, those aren't me. And he said, I can't report them fast enough to get them taken down. Or Facebook doesn't care because Facebook's making money off of them making money.
Right.
Instagram's making money off of them making money. YouTube's making money off of them making money. So why would they want to shut down a copycat channel when they're making money off of it too?
Yeah.
And it's difficult. And I've seen a few, like, the same thing, same people who are big on Instagram, big on TikTok, and they're like, that's not me, that's an impersonator. But they can't get it taken down because
same thing on Amazon. Buddy of mine has a channel here on YouTube, and somebody else used his review video for a product, And what they did is they flipped the video so it's 180 degrees, so it's reversed.
Yeah.
And chopped it up. So yeah,
I do the same. Well, I did the same, and I know that in order to beat the copyright and or the copyright infringement, music. So that video I did with my brother, a lot of times when you hear music in the stadium or music period, I've sped up the video to 125% because when you speed up the video to 125%, it doesn't match digitally the fingerprint that the content machine or content copiers are searching for. So I'm sure at some point I might have to get smarter and put it to like 127% because they'll search for 125% or whatever the case may be.
They are using AI
Oh
to
yeah,
figure this stuff out.
Oh definitely.
And it works. It really does.
Oh, by the way,
Unfortunately.
Quentin, by the way, Quentin, if you're still watching, that's the longest documentary I've ever seen. You said this, and we've been on for like 2 hours. There's no 3-hour documentary. That's not a documentary after a while. That's a movie.
Was that a documentary? Say that for me one more time.
It's a movie. Not a documentary.
So Marlon just got himself another beer. I'm gonna go get me another beer, just barring I have another one. So I'll be right back. He said it's an epic movie. All right.
So here's a question for everybody in here. How long do you think it's going to take Dash to get caught up on the questions?
He's not.
We've changed topics twice since he read the last one.
It is so easy to do.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It is
Susie's been making comments forever.
It is so easy to get from topic to topic to topic, depending on what the sentence the person is saying, and you can't stop them because they're making sense. My co-host, bless his heart, he is very good. He is very good. He is very knowledgeable about history.
Yeah.
And he can go from history to history, and history connects itself to this history, and this history connects to this history, and it just connects. And it's like, what the F were we talking about in the beginning?
It's not a squirrel effect.
It's like we have not a clue what the original topic was. So
we have an original topic.
Susie framed it correctly. It's not squirrel. It's dash.
Yeah. You would go everywhere. It's just so easy to do. It's just like, I'm just gonna flow with what the conversation is going with.
And that's all we can do.
I'm the leader of this.
Then again, this is what happens around a campfire.
That's true.
Yeah. So, Jimmy, how long were you in? I'm sorry, I was going to say military, but law enforcement altogether.
This is my 32nd year.
32nd. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Well, been married 40 years, so
that is freaking fantastic.
Right?
Total.
That's what I'm
total,
saying.
Jimmy, or this time?
No, this time.
Okay. Wow.
It was 5 the first time, so that's 45 years. I've been chained down for.
I'm in that camp too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what 17 years with my current wife, and it's fantastic. So
right.
I'm on my 25th.
You're at 21, Dash?
Yes, 21.
Yeah,
I'm on my 25th. I'm on my 25th year into law. So
I've met Mrs. Dash. You're not going anywhere.
Oh, we talk about marriage. 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
You and Dash are tied. Just
Yeah,
we don't know what else to do. I guess it's just
you just get tired.
it's just
I'm about to say I'm tired. I just don't want
I
to
get
go
this and
nowhere.
raised.
They're the ones
I
that
get this
keep
and
us
raised.
straight.
I'm not having no more.
They're the ones that keep us on a level, all leveled out. You know what I mean?
You say
Sure.
that.
I just don't want to start. I just don't want to start over anymore. I just don't. I'm good. I'm good.
I have a Linda.
You said you have a Linda?
That's what I keep saying. Yeah, I have a Linda. That's why I'm still working. That's why.
Linda, listen. Linda, listen.
Linda.
Linda, listen. Listen, Linda.
Don't do that. I hate that video.
Linda,
Really.
but it's funny because his wife's name is Linda.
Oh no! If he'd been at my
I
house,
really, truly, in the bottom of my heart, hate that video.
he would have been talking sideways at my house. That wouldn't work.
Because Linda Listen would have been her going out of that window.
So Dash, while you were gone, did you have the speakers on, or is it just through your headset?
Through the headset, yeah.
Okay.
I was doing other things in the kitchen.
So while you were gone, I made the mention. I said, how long do you think it would take Dash to go through the questions at this point?
Well, we started talking about other things,
and that's the thing. That's the thing. We switched subjects so many times. It's like,
Dash is the person who would want to read every comment, and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna post it.
I can't.
Y'all read
tonight. I can't.
Yeah.
And it depends on what we're talking about and what we're doing. But I typically try to keep up and acknowledge everyone's comment.
Absolutely.
So
it's hard to stay up with them.
I don't know. How many people do we have in chat?
Right now, it says that there's 11 folks watching.
Yeah.
So, oh darn, I didn't even think about it. I didn't switch my account to the other account to get that extra view. Darn.
Yo, the last time you answered a comment was 11:21.
You're running on 2, so.
Thanks, George. You're still new here, man. You're supposed to be a guest, damn it.
Right?
12:17.
Dude,
thanks for the reminder.
Mechanic High Point thing.
Yeah.
You got watching right now.
You're looking at your audience.
I mean,
except Susie, and she won't
Thanks,
come
Rob.
on. So.
Yeah. She won't.
Divorce and everything. You so far
You know,
behind.
It was Susie that kept me in. It kept me coming back to the chat, to the live stream at the beginning. I'll be honest. I love Dash and I love the conversations you guys had and stuff like that. But Susie was just really welcoming. I mean, she is. She's very warming and stuff like that.
She definitely is. She is on the welcome committee for sure.
Yes.
Susie,
Thank you, Susie.
So I appreciate you.
Was it Susie or who?
Thank you.
And we can get her on every once. And
was it Susie? Was it Susie or was it the Christmas lights she had up?
I don't know. Did you see Susie on the live stream?
Me? No.
Ryan?
It was just in chat. It was just in chat.
See,
but
so he doesn't know.
You
got
Susie live. You got Susie with her live chat with the
got to come on and at least say hello.
The smoking rat. Most people are like, okay.
And let Brian see your Christmas lights. You've got to at least come on.
Yeah.
You got to see the Christmas lights. Susie is Susie when she comments, and she's phenomenal.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Live, where she have the Christmas lights behind her. Oh, forget it. Forget about it.
I've only seen her live maybe once. So, I think she had the barista lights in her backyard and blah, blah, blah. But no, anyway, I just appreciated her. And I don't know, we had talked about, I had talked about some Al Pastor that I had done on the pellet smoker, and she asked for the recipe, so I shot her the recipe and stuff. But
no, you got to
yeah.
see the Christmas light. You got to see the Christmas lights. You can't see
right?
Look, here's the funny thing about it. You got to see Susan. You won't see Susan because it's dark where she's at. You'll see the Christmas lights. You won't see Susan.
There you go. Okay.
You'll hear Susan.
I don't think you got a time zone here. It's not dark, any of us.
Well, it's got to be 9 o'clock there out in California, so it's getting dark out there.
Yeah.
Is that your out your window right there behind you, Brian?
No, that's virtual. That's virtual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. So,
I mean, yes.
all right. So, Scrog says, I want to know what cigar Marlon is puffing on.
It is a La Gloria Cabana Series R.
All right. So, I have a. This is a leftover. I got 2 cigars when I went to the game. This is a Leather Rose Torpedo, but I really like the Fat Bottom Betty's, and I know Marlon, you probably like, oh, it's a sweet cigar. I don't really like sweet cigars.
I'm not,
have you ever heard of Punch cigars?
Punch is really good. You got to be very careful with it because it will flow into a flavored version of it, but Punch is not bad. No.
That's what I started on with cigars, was Punch. When I was in high school back in the 80s, me and my buddies, we didn't do the club scene or with the parties and stuff. We played poker, and there was a girl that showed up to play poker with us, me and my buddies, and so she brought some like Swisher sweets, and so us guys were like, "Oh, I know, right?" So us guys were, we're high school and stuff. We're like, well, we can't be outdone by this chick, right? So we went to the cigar shop and we started buying these $15, $20, $25 cigars. And we started playing poker and having some drinks and stuff and just playing poker and just having a good time, right? We never got into drugs or anything like that. We were just, some guys that just like to play poker and smoke cigars. So that started my whole journey into it. I smoked for probably about 40 years. I just quit, and now I do vaping, which is a lot better. I mean, it's not better for you, or not good for you, but it doesn't have all the tar and everything else. But
it's better.
It doesn't have the tar, is the big thing. But I love a really good cigar, and Punch is sentimental to me. I mean, that's why I kind of started on. I didn't do the Swisher Sweets. I didn't do anything like that. It was like the $20, $25 cigars back in the 80s, which was the Punch cigars that I typically enjoyed. So I love a great cigar.
Yep. So so Scrog said leather roses are good. It says a sweetened tip. I have one in my humidor, along with a Crazy Alice made by the same company. So, and that's the thing. From what I understand, I had a Crazy Alice when I was at the night of my brother's bachelor party, but they didn't have, because I was asking for it. What now? Oh. Wow.
You keeping up with that, George?
I wasn't going to go there as far as her recommendation, that you recommend, She says, and now we appoint George as our secretary of live show. Congratulations, George. That was funny as hell. So
George has shown up on this show.
Oh yeah, definitely. And every now and again, he just
said
boom.
nothing.
No.
It
He
said
said
nothing. It's like George.
he's commented.
Oh, man, bro.
But when he
here
does
for you.
comment, it's right on time. Right
George,
on time.
George deserves a shot. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Hey, here's to you, George.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Look, salute.
Salute.
No, I didn't just shotgun the beer. Damn near. I'll take another shot. Sure. This is what does me in.
This is one of the things that I really enjoy is just hanging out with you guys on a weekly basis and just
me too
having a few drinks, that's and whatever happens.
You said what now?
How many places, Brian? How many
Jimmy got?
Can you do that?
Oh, Jimmy's got his
people all over the United States.
Not even the United States,
really, and the world.
The world, yeah.
Because George comes on.
This is one of the favorite days of my week.
On the show,
really
George last week, and George is just like, that's all George does for the whole show.
Marlon,
is like,
Marlon, this is an RP. It says,
what'd you call me?
Java Red Corona. Have you ever heard of that? I got that. The guy gave it.
Corona is going to be full body, but I haven't heard the name of the other stuff. And so
Java Red. It's RP. I don't know what this is. I haven't even opened it yet. I haven't smelled it. It of course is sealed up. So
okay. Please do not smoke something that you just smelled because whoa.
TMI.
It's not going to be good for you. And if you smoke it for the first time, please be outside.
Yes.
And
as someone who's
I'm not about to light
it
right now, so
Philly Plus.
We're
okay. Let me help y'all out.
It's from a song.
You're not gonna get a good cigar from a grocery store.
No.
You'd be surprised.
No. Dash. We don't argue very much, but I'm going to argue with this. You're not going to get a good cigar from a grocery store. Ever. It's not going to happen. Period.
What if they have a humidor at the grocery store?
I'm
sure there's grocery stores that have like smoke shops or cigar shops. See, look.
Not if they don't have a humidor.
Look,
I'm just saying.
Look.
HEB got everything.
I'm telling you, in Texas. Whoa.
Does
Bucky sell cigars?
I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen no at Bucky's. No,
yeah,
I haven't seen no cigars at Bucky's.
Brisket flavored.
Hey, listen. Bucky's branded brisket flavored cigars.
I don't even know how to take that brisket.
The beaver flavor.
I don't even know how to take that.
Oh my God!
Have you had the cherry maple jerky?
No. Okay. Now let's go wing back a little bit. Cherry, strawberry, vanilla, chocolate, whatever. I do not want my cigar to taste like a food.
No.
My God, no. Taste like a cigar.
Yes.
Not a food. I get my food from a food, not a cigar.
I disagree.
My cigar.
I disagree because I like this. I like the sweet cigars. The fat bottom Betty's,
I don't want that sweet.
See, I've never heard of those. But there again, I've been out of the cigar realm
Betty
for years.
It is a sweet, like cherry.
Oh God!
Yes, they're fantastic.
No.
That was what I was smoking when I was at the game, and I took my good old sweet time smoking that cigar.
No. My cigar should taste like tobacco. I don't want nothing sweet or
Yes.
all this other stuff that you add to it. You might well get a cigarette.
Like a Monte Cristo.
Monte Cristos were good.
Monte Cristos are tobacco. They're just really, really light. And
Yeah,
I'm a
those
full
Cubans,
body
aren't they?
type of person, so
Aren't
I
they
would never
Cubans?
get a Monte Crisco. But they're pretty good.
No, they weren't. They weren't Cubans. Not that I remember. But there again, I mean, we're talking 30, 35 years ago for me. So
They've been around a while.
it's been a bit. It's been a bit.
Something I gave up happened.
So Dash, did you think
mark.
you'd make it 3.5 minutes when you were yawning within the first 15 minutes? Or 3.5 hours, sorry. 3.5 hours of live stream.
So that's why I didn't drink so very much tonight, because I knew I was tired. And usually this is one of those things where I tend to pass out if I am drinking. Like if I drink that for a whole first hour, usually I'm done. In the second hour, I'm sitting like this. And it also depends on how fast I drink it too.
Half an hour past the third.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's 3.5 hours. Jeez, I said 2.5 hours. I'm about to say I'm going to go to sleep in a second. Oh boy, Simon, Scott jokes.
Oh my God. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
In more than one way.
Please, let's move on.
Let's
move on.
Is that supposed to be Bucky's?
Yeah.
Buc-ee's.
Oh man,
I've never been to Buc-ee's. Never been to Buc-ee's.
Well,
you got to make a trip.
You never been to Buc-ee's?
I've heard. No,
he lives on the West Coast.
I'm in California.
He lives on the West Coast.
I'm California.
Okay. Yeah.
The closest Buc-ee's to him is going to be in Texas.
I'll tell you what Buc-ee's is. Take your biggest gas station,
Flying J,
quadruple
and
it,
then double it.
Yeah,
I was gonna say quadruple.
Quadruple it.
Quadruple it. It is enormous. It is.
A lot of them have over 100 pumps.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I had to go rescue a friend from Arkansas when I was just out of high school. So his parents, they were originally going to fly me to Arkansas and help him drive back to California, right? So they saw what the what the flight cost was going to be for them to fly me out. So they sent me out on the bus. And I was so young and so stupid. And I'm like, okay, sure. Send me on the Greyhound, right? So I took the Greyhound all the way to Arkansas from California, got to Arkansas at like 2:00 in the afternoon. And it was like middle of summer. It was hot as hell. I mean, pardon me, hot as heck. And
you can say hell. It's okay.
Okay.
hell.
Well, all right. It was hot as hell
on this show for so long.
So he had because all my buddies and we used to race quarter miles and stuff. He had a 68 Chevelle that was all beefed up, no air conditioning whatsoever. And he's like, well, he was all packed up, ready to go. 2:00 in the afternoon. It was over 100 degrees, whatever the humidity was. And he goes, we're driving back right now. And so I just got off the Greyhound, hadn't showered in 2 days, right? I mean, it was just nasty. I felt like, anyway, I can't describe what I felt. It was nasty. So we drove back from there. He picked me up straight from the you know,
Airport.
the
Oh,
station.
no, bus station.
Drove
Yeah.
all the way back to California, another day and a half. And I mean, we were going through the desert. It was 110, 114 degrees. I mean, it was just nasty. No AC. It was the worst trip of my life. and
And if he
it was
asked you to do it again, you probably would.
no, I would not. No.
No.
I love him like a brother, but I would never do that again. I would like, we're shipping
Nobody
your
would
car
tell you
back.
to drive back.
We're
No.
shipping
Oh.
your shit back. You know, get a pod,
So
have it
Brian,
shipped.
Simon says the closest Buc-ee's to Cali is in Arizona.
Right. So once again, I've never experienced that. I've
Well,
heard their
We'll never
barbecue
have
is
one in
really
New Jersey
good.
because we don't pump our own
Red,
gas.
but Red,
Yeah.
I would tell you this: Buc-ee's is one of them places where you visit it and you're done.
It's
It's not a tourist attraction like somebody has said.
No, it is. It really is.
I've heard both. I mean, it's
It's a one-stop shop.
I would
Definitely
love to
one-stop shop.
experience it one time, but a Buc-ee's, whatever, you know.
But see, here's the thing, Brian. You can't go into Buc-ee's one time and see it all. That's the problem. There's
It'd
so
take you
much
2 hours.
stuff. There's so much stuff inside the Buc-ee's that
I want their barbecue. That's what I want.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
No, I do.
Marlon,
just for the experience of it.
No, you don't.
Marlon,
I do.
You're wrong, Marlon.
Yep, Marlon.
I
Buc-ee's
literally
is
sat there and
top-notch.
watched him cut a brisket in half to make a sandwich. I was not
Marlon.
impressed.
But
Marlon.
but when I'm on the road and I need to take a leak, grab a barbecue sandwich for $5, I don't
And get
expect that
gas?
much. I'm on the way.
Okay, great. I can
Listen,
grab a bag of Cheetos and do
I'm
the
a-
same thing. It's not.
I need a
It's
XL
not that big a deal.
sliced brisket sandwich. No, man, I'm telling you, it's
Great.
better
Their-
than you
their-
think,
The
Marlon.
brisket is
double
not
meat.
bad.
Nope.
Their
Order
brisket
the
is not
sandwich,
bad.
exactly it.
double meat, you're good.
Yeah. Well, not
I can
even.
have a BLT.
So
I
here's
can
the
have a
thing,
BLT.
Marlon.
I can be good.
Do you get the chopped brisket or the sliced brisket?
It was sliced.
Sliced brisket is where it's at. The chopped brisket, in my opinion, has too much sauce on it. But I'm also not a sauce guy on my
Yeah.
brisket.
Me either.
So that brisket had too much sauce on it for me to really enjoy it. Does that mean it wasn't bad? No, because I've had
I'm not saying it wasn't bad.
the turkey
I'm just
is
saying
good.
I was
The sliced brisket is good. Yeah. The chicken
I
and
was-
fried
I
chicken
was
sandwich
over
is
it.
good.
I was over it. I went,
Fast food.
I saw, I left. It wasn't just that big of a deal to me. And like, okay, this is Buc-ee's. Woohoo! I'm out.
Hey,
Nah.
where I'm at in Central Cal is shit. I mean, it
Mhm.
really is. I mean, last year for my dad's birthday, which is his birthday's coming up this weekend that I have to cook for. But last year I did 2 briskets for him for his birthday, and it turned out like shit. And everybody was like, "Oh, it's the greatest thing." And I'm just like, yeah, you guys have no idea what I'm capable of. Thank you.
But
You know.
but here's the funny thing about it is I'm in North Carolina where everything is vinegar based.
Yeah.
So I use mesquite wood. And they think that's the greatest tasted thing they have ever had in their life. And it's like, dude, I just changed the wood. You have had a certain
I'm
taste.
still shivering about all that
tasted
hickory.
And it's not that big of a deal.
The wood that's most prevalent in my area is almond wood, which is the mildest wood you would ever have in smoking. Mildest.
What about alder? Alder is
we don't have alder.
Well, that's what. So what I'm saying is, alder is a very, very faint, mild wood. because alder is more faint than like almond. for
I
sure.
want something with a bite. So for my dad's birthday this weekend, that I was gonna do the pig, but now I'm doing
Pork
beef
shoulder,
ribs.
probably. Oh, okay.
I'm doing dino ribs for everybody because it's only
Nice.
like 10, 12 people.
Okay.
So but I ordered because I have the LSG, I got wood chips that are mixed 50-50 with cherry
Pellets.
wood and white oak. So it's a mix plus the competition pellets that I use
All right.
from Bear Mountain. So
Okay.
that's what I'm using for this. But the white oak gives a nice bite to it, but the cherry wood gives it the sweet, and the competition pellets are just pellets. I mean, it's just the heat source. So
if we was going from mesquite, the next level from mesquite would be hickory.
right, and
Yeah.
it's too. I'm from California. It's too strong. It's too strong.
I
of
like
a
mesquite,
smoke
but you got to
flavor.
be careful with it.
Right.
Yeah.
It
There's no
depends
in
on
between.
who's cooking and how it's done.
And here's the deal. I don't go by timing depending on what I'm cooking. Well, it's not depending on what I'm cooking. It's depending on my look. When it gets to a certain color, so to speak, like when I do pulled pork or something like that, when it gets to a certain look, I just pull it off and put it in the oven and cook it the rest of the way. Because, like, to me, you're not going to take in but so much smoke. Or for the fact of,
Sounds familiar.
I don't want so much of it that it's just overwhelming. But mesquite, like, I've cooked ribs with mesquite. Now I have people who's threatening me.
All right, but here's the thing:
you don't bring ribs to the next cookout, you're not in the family anymore. I'm like, I'm sorry.
That's a bit harsh.
Your area,
sorry.
you grew up with that flavor, with that intensity.
Yeah.
In California, that's like a level 11 out of 10 mesquite. For what's in California, they're not accustomed to that at all. And so
in North Carolina, it's more of especially when you get to Lexington, it's more of a vinegar base. So they don't even use mesquite at all, period. I honestly don't know what wood they use. They use
exactly.
I honestly don't know.
Now we're talking about barbecue.
Yeah. We almost time to get off. We almost time to close the show.
All right, exactly. I'm about to say, listen, I'm going to sleep, or I will be knocked out, faded hard on the live stream. So, if you are watching the replay, shout out to the replay gang. Comment replay gang down below. There's a few of you, excuse me, who watching the replay and you are not commenting. Just say hey, so I can shout you out. Maybe next week.
California sucks.
Or 3 dots. Just put 3 dots.
3 dots. Yeah. There you go. 3 dots.
Yeah.
If you made it this far in the video, go 3 dots.
You guys are too funny. Anyway,
hey,
all right.
Dash, if you don't mind, I'd like to talk to you after you close out the live.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so listen, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream because I am going to fall asleep if I do not. You guys have a good rest of the evening. And
good night in the chat.
Night,
yes.
guys.
Good night, guys.
You.
Take care. Thanks again, George. Night. Welcome and thanks.
Good night, Susan.
Yes. Good night. What, Scrog? Wait for what? What are we waiting for? And we're not waiting for you anymore.
He's typing. He's typing.
He's
you can't drag us out 4 hours.
Wait,
No,
Night
I'm
Owl.
not. I'm not. No, I'm not
No.
dragging it on anymore. I'm just gonna fall asleep.
That was great.
I-
That was a great ending.
Wait a minute. All right.